Gentlemen, the heavyweight champion of YouTube. Tonight, it is Jay, Ryan, and Brandon versus the Nostalgic Latino in Rocky 4. Let's pop in the tape!
I feel like that's worthy of applause. That was an impressive.
Hello, everyone.
Well done, Brandon. Well done.
Thank you. Welcome to A Blockbuster Year 1985. I'm Brandon. With me always is Jay Ryan. Tonight we have a very special guest, Carlos, the Nostalgic Latino, is with us. We are here to eviscerate the Russian tonight. And talk Rocky 4. I'm so excited to talk about this movie. Carlos, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm a big fan of the Rocky franchise, and I'm a big fan of Stallone in general. So, when I signed up for this, I didn't expect an actual battle, as in like versus. I just expected, a healthy conversation, maybe a tale of the tape type of conversation.
No, we fight on this show. This is a grudge match. No,
nothing could be further from the truth. Just because we were talking about this before the show, matches your hat there, and that matches your hat.
Yeah, that's
with the Dixie Cup
the 90s
logo.
Dixie Cup
Swoosh there. Yeah.
Is that what it's referred to as? Like they just
that's what we all always called it.
It's called jazz.
Right, that's what they call this, the Jazz Cup car. Right.
Oh, that's
Jazz Cup
funny.
car.
I never knew that. Jay, how are you?
Thank you for being here. Oh, buddy.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's great to be here, and thanks. And I'm so excited to meet our guest. I feel like we may have crossed paths at the Adam the Woo Memorial because you look familiar to me, but I don't think we got a chance to meet. So thanks for doing the show, and I'm excited to do this.
I did go to the Adam the Woo Memorial. It was actually kind of like a quick in and out kind of a session. I couldn't really stick around to talk to everybody else. Everybody was just so concentrated on talking to Provost and Tom Wilson and the parents and stuff. But otherwise,
do you mean how everybody really rushed the stage afterwards?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's
what you mean? They all did. And I totally missed out on seeing all of the cars that were there. So, but I made sure to say goodbye.
Yes, we did have a brief conversation. I did
right before I
see you there.
I needed to get out of there.
Well, and Carlos, you and I met for the first time in October when you came out to the Puente Hills Mall because we had our time machine out there with Adam and Justin and Robbie Retro and other Justin from DeLorean Time Machine and Eric from Back to the Future IG. They were all there, and somebody obviously said like, "Hey, you got to come out here," because you just showed up. So that's the first night that we hung out.
Yeah. Eric Edwards, who is the runner of Back to the Future IG, he ended up telling me, "Hey, you know what? We're gonna have a time machine there." But my thought was, okay, we're just gonna have a time machine. We're just gonna be hanging out at the mall. I didn't know that you guys were gonna be there. I didn't know that Adam or Justin or anybody else really. I thought it was just gonna be the regular Back to the Future dudes. So that night. That was the first time I met you. It was the first time I met Retro Robbie.
Yeah.
And first time I met Justin Scard and Adam the Woo.
Yeah.
And that was an unforgettable night. And I can't thank you more than enough for that, because that was a bucket list experience of just being able to be in the DeLorean. I had avoided just getting in that car altogether because I was so insecure with how, like, do I fit? I'm a big boy, but I've been kind of going on this weight loss journey for this past year, and I've been getting smaller and smaller, little by little. And when I ended up when Adam was like, "Oh, you know what?" It was really wild because Adam, I didn't even know that he knew about me. So when he was like, "Oh yeah, I know who you are," and when Justin was like, "Oh, I know who you are," and Robbie Retro, "I know who you are," and then you were like, "Oh, I know who you are." I'm like, what? It's like,
yeah, we all know who you are. You're huge, dude.
Guys. So yeah, literally.
Hang on. Let me just, if I may pause. What's this Instagram? I got to get on this ship.
the Nostalgic Latino. It's a collection of hilarious videos. Very great faces. Carlos makes great faces. And exactly. That's the face. And it's all over. It's all just like nostalgia, video games, Pokemon, all the 90s, goodness.
Yeah.
Carlo
Today I did a sports one.
The Nostalgic.
Yeah. The Nostalgic Latino.
I got to make sure I get the right one.
Unforgettable night already, and then after Adam passed, it just became like one of the greatest nights of my life, honestly.
Yeah,
like we just wanted to go there to hang out with our friends, but also like just have the bragging rights of saying our time machine's wheels touched the pavement of the Twin Pines Mall, right?
Yeah.
And it just turned into like such a fun night. You and Robbie were out there doing the Doc Brown and Marty McFly, as the car is zooming past you. Like it was so much fun. And what you were implying is I took you for a ride in the time machine, and we did the let's see if you bastards can do 90.
Run we did the run.
The whole mall. So
awesome.
Yeah, super fun night. So, folks, if you're not following the Nostalgic Latino, you got to find him on social media. He's
I just did it. New follower. Can't wait.
Oh man, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I put the list out to Carlos, and you came back very quickly with Rocky 4. You had mentioned at the top of the show that you're a big Rocky fan, big Stallone fan. Full disclosure, I'm an Arnold guy. We covered Commando, and we've covered Rambo First Blood Part 2 on this show already. So I am Team Arnold. These Rocky movies have never been the movies that I gravitate towards. I will say I watched the entire Rocky franchise in preparation for this show. So I've watched all the Rocky movies. I had never seen the Creed movies, so I saw the Creed movies for the first time. So
you went past
the first Creed movie is really well done.
I'm all in it, and it's the timing is insane with the Michael B. Jordan winning the Academy Award for Best Actor for Sinners. He plays Creed. Ryan Coogler, the director and writer of Sinners, is the writer-director of the first Creed. So it all sort of like tied in together this past couple of weeks. But
you got an immersive universe there, buddy.
What about Rocky speaks to you, Carlos?
So I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna preface it with this, just because I'm an Arnold guy myself. So I gravitate more towards Arnold than I do to Stallone, but I usually put them in the same category. But for me, Arnold is I think in terms of 90s type of movies, he was more of my 90s guy. But when I associate Stallone, I associate him more or less with the 80s.
Yeah.
But that's just me. But me with Stallone, I think what gravitates, because he plays, ironically, considering his build and whatnot, he plays a pretty good underdog.
Yeah.
Whereas in turn with Arnold, you kind of expect him to, to do his thing, because he's already had this physique that's all built. And Stallone is kind of built like that, but he's not built to the point where he is seen as being able to overpower everybody.
Yeah.
I don't think it's. I think you're nailing it, but I don't think it's the physicality. Stallone has an ability to be vulnerable in a way where he shows like a lack of self-esteem, especially in the Rocky movies.
Yeah.
And I don't see that ever coming from Arnold. He just walks in and busts through the wall. He's like, I got it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you don't. I think in terms of the way that his facial expressions are, it's like whereas Stallone could actually convey that. Where it's like sadness, frustration, and I think that tells because of with Rocky initially, because
Yeah.
that was his big break. Whereas if Arnold, his big breaks are really just action movies.
Yeah. The thing with
But he
Stallone is
was
that
loved by audiences with his physique and everything.
Yeah.
Ahead of that too, Mr.
big
Universe.
big open arms the audience embraced him with.
Yeah.
But the thing with Stallone is that he actually has a very sad face, which helps him play the Rocky character so well, which is why, you know, we're not here to talk about Rocky 1, but like Rocky is Stallone's character, right? Stallone created the Rocky character. He wrote the script for Rocky. Rocky goes on to win Best Picture, Best Director for the first Rocky, and then subsequently Stallone directs and writes all of the Rocky movies up until 6, Rocky Balboa, which I believe the original director John Avildsen comes back to direct Rocky Balboa. But like these are Stallone's movies. Similarly, I guess Rambo they're Stallone's movies too, because he writes those movies. But there's just something about Rocky with his like the sad part of Rocky is I think what I like more, especially than Rambo, because we sort of talked about it on the Rambo episode, but like the first Rambo is an amazing movie. It's
having
like
not seen that till I was an adult, it blew me away.
Yeah, it's the same. I didn't see it till I was already an adult.
His performance was insane.
And then Rambo 2 is just guns and like, you know, guns, right? Sweaty muscles, big guns.
They're not even in the
like,
same universe.
Completely different tone. And then that's where the series goes. Rocky, even at its most ridiculous, and we'll talk about some ridiculous things that happen even in this movie, but even at its most ridiculous, there's still the underdog story that you mentioned. There's still the sadness. There's still the drama. And I think it's, in my opinion, I think Rocky is a better franchise than the Rambo franchise.
Certainly as a whole.
I mean, to be fair, it does have a lot more movies too.
That's
if you're going to go Rambo 1 versus Rocky 1, like we could battle that out. But like as a franchise, no, Rocky is better. I don't think that's even denied. Like, I don't know who could argue.
Yeah.
How many Rambo movies are there?
Well, Rambo has
3, 4.
Well, no, and then there's
Last
Blood.
Blood. Rambo,
Last Blood, and then there's like Rambo. So I think what is it, five Rambo movies or something like that. Before we get a little further, I do want to say hi to the chat because they are here.
Oh, good.
And I forgot it last time.
I meant to do that too.
Video Powered Gaming is here.
Chat right now.
KD Sly 5YU is here. Surfer Girl is here.
I would like to say thanks to everybody. You know, there's been a lot of crossover. I found that a lot of our viewers from Playset have come over to Blockbuster Year and vice versa. And I just want to thank everybody for sharing it, you know, back and forth. It's really cool to have everybody on both, especially now that Playset has turned into more of an 80s, 90s pop culture show.
Yeah.
Everything feels like it's in the same pocket now.
Yeah. Tuesday nights and Wednesday nights, it's Jay and me.
Yeah.
Orguni and Dave is here.
Love
Steve
you, Dave.
3. Okay.
Steve Threed was our correspondent last night on Late Night Playset. He was at the Peterson Museum live.
Yeah, he goes for the
prop store auction.
Previews, yes.
Preview, yeah.
Neon Arcade is here. Thank you for being here. Captain is here.
Oh, that's hilarious. Hello, see my point? That's funny.
Is this Ari?
No, we figured this out on Playset. She did it with emojis with an eyeball, so it's Irie.
Irie, yes, I remember that.
But it was you. No, maybe it was this show.
Yes, it was the show. Irie. I remember that now. World of Micah is here. Hey, Micah. How's it going? And that is everybody.
The funny thing is, I think it was Playset, but it was you who figured it out. So you must have been on.
Oh, maybe I was on the show. We lost Carlos.
Oh, no, we're back.
We're back. I was just going to ask you, Jay, what is your relationship with the Rocky franchise and Stallone, which we have talked a little bit about on our Rambo episode?
Well, I walked past him once at a hotel in New York City when I was working for news radio, picking up talent for our show. He was there, and I was like, wow, he's really short.
I've
But
heard
that would
that.
have been in like 97, 98. When this movie came out is probably when I remember being introduced to the Rocky. It might have been around in the world, but I was like so young that it wasn't for me. But I do remember when this was out because I just remember the commercials like crazy with the James Brown and the Living in America. Oh my God. And there was so much energy and all this. And I just remember that it felt very like, is it a movie? Is it news? Is it a statement on the news? Like, even as a kid, I couldn't really figure it out. And I don't know when I first saw it. And it probably was like at camp or something, and having not seen the first three movies, like out of context. And it wasn't until watching these with Nicole a couple years ago, again, as when her body failed and we had to just kind of be home all the time, we watched everything. So sometimes, some weeks it'd be like, well, have we ever watched the Rocky movies? No, let's start from the beginning, that.
Yeah.
And so that's why we watched so many movies, like in the last couple of years. My wife passed away last year, Carlos. Sorry, that's what that's about. She had multiple
my
sclerosis.
apologies. My condolences.
No. But I guess starting with the first one, we didn't know what to expect. We were sort of surprised that Rocky didn't win. Just the draw was the win, of course, by going the distance. But we didn't really realize that. So I think we thought that it was really good, but it sort of felt like a movie of the time where like, oh, you don't need a super happy ending. You just have a realistic ending, and that's good enough for the people.
Yeah,
yada,
it's
yada.
very early indie, very early like art film, which is interesting.
Yeah, and you can tell the way it's shot. Yeah, but you're right though about the indie film and the very like early. It's very dark. The lighting is very like shadowy and broken up. Very realistic, not Hollywood at all. I'm sure it was shot on 35, but it kind of looks like it might have been gritty 16. There's a feel. There's a whole feel for it. And even when you're out in front of the boxing gym at night with the lights and the saturation, it's just kind of, you're right about the indie feel. It's funny because I made a note about that in even the fourth one where I felt that it still had that. In my mind, this movie was so flashy and bright and just in your face. And watching it back, I didn't feel that. So, long story short, we ended up getting into the Rocky movies because the second one was a little bit more of kind of what we thought the first one would be, a little bit like, Rocky wins.
Which I'll just say before I loved Rocky 2. In fact, like, spoiler, I actually think Rocky 2 is probably one of the best in the franchise. But part of that is because Rocky can, every Rocky movie is like, okay, what is the fight, right? What is going to bring Rocky either out of retirement or, that's just like where they go. The thing that I loved about Rocky 2, especially after
you're right. What draws him into the fight is the whole first chapter. You're right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what I loved about Rocky 2 was he's fighting Apollo Creed again, but the way to win the fight is to retrain and learn to fight with his right hand, right? Because Rocky is famously a southpaw, which means he leads with his left. And I just loved the idea of like, oh, that's such a cool, like, a thing that not as a sports person or a boxing person I would ever think of. And I just really liked that concept. And so I really enjoyed Rocky 2. And then I despised Rocky 3. Like it was a huge drop for me in Rocky 3.
I can't remember that. I remember
Rocky
being
3 is
really
a
impressed with
cartoon.
Mr. T. Because I didn't think that Mr. T was like all that great an actor from the A-Team. I thought he was just kind of doing that thing. And then I thought in that movie he was really, really good.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I need to see it again.
I think Rocky 2, what makes it such a good film, in my opinion, is because you finally see the fruition of all of that hard work happen from part 1.
Yeah.
Work into part 2.
It's one long movie.
Yeah, so it's
Totally.
like I forgot what that quote is, but it's like where it's like everybody loves to see the hero win, but everybody loves even more when the hero falls or fails, just to get up back again and then win.
And
so it's like the chase is what
Rocky is
the selling point.
The whole Rocky's character is that he's like, he's made of iron and he gets knocked down, but he always gets back up. And that's
Mr. Get Back Up again. Yeah.
Yeah. And at the in the first Rocky film, the whole thing is that he doesn't even really want to win. He just wants to go the 15 rounds or whatever it is.
He wants to go the distance.
He goes the distance, exactly. So the whole thing with Rocky is that he fails, he gets knocked down, but he always gets back up again. Like pain is temporary is a line of dialogue that comes up in the later movies. But how do you feel about Rocky 3, Carlos?
I like Rocky 3 just because here's the one thing is that it's one of the few times when you actually see him develop as a character. Because with Rocky 3, he's having to deal with I'm assuming spoilers are all around, right?
Oh, this franchise is over 40 years old.
Okay. So obviously one of the
big
no spoilers. So one of the biggest things for him is the loss of his trainer Mickey, which happens in part 3.
Oh yeah,
which forces him to lose the title fight against Mr. T, Clubber Lang. And so when he loses his mentor, he also loses his spirit and his tenacity and his fearlessness, because there's no guiding light that's there for him, because that was the thing that brought him up from when he was just a lowlife, just money collector.
When he was a bum.
Yeah, well, and the entirety of the franchise is based off of chance, because it's Apollo Creed in the first movie who picks him out of a book and says,
lottery, yes, right.
This is who I want to fight. The Italian stallion, this guy, right?
But yeah, that's right. Wow,
yeah.
I forgot.
Yep.
I forgot. Because he had, that's right. It was like winning the lottery. He had no chance of having a shot at Apollo Creed. Yeah, I forgot. And I got to watch them all again now.
Really, my big issue with 3 is it's where I think the shift changes from it being these like indie films to like this is a big blockbuster movie. Like it has like a cartoony feel to it. I mean, he fights Hulk Hogan. It's like a wrestler versus a boxer. But
was Hulk Hogan playing Hulk Hogan?
No, he's
because Mr. T is not Mr. T.
No,
Hulk Hogan.
He's just a big guy.
Thunder, isn't he like Thunder Jaw or something? It's some other wrestler name. Like I can't remember what it is, but it's not Hulk Hogan. He's playing another wrestler. But all of this is all story, and I should say, even Rocky 5, which I think is the worst movie in the franchise.
Oh, there's no question. There's no question. That one's Tommy. That's unacceptable.
Yes, and the street fight.
Unacceptable. That one.
I think the story is incredible. Like Sylvester Stallone's writing of the story of Rocky, it's a great story and has all these wonderful characters. And one of the best characters is a character from the movie we're going to talk about tonight. But it's just a great expansive story that then continues into the Creed movies, the Creed 1 and Creed 2. Stallone is in those movies and he's playing Rocky again, right? So it's a massive decade-long story of this character.
What's weird about it, though, is that I was taken with how this was, I thought, the big fanfare one in my memory. Like this, Rocky IV is the one that was so splashy, more than any of the others. And then watching it, I didn't think so as much. And what I was taken with was what a small movie it was. Like, other than the talent fees and the cool gadgetries for the Russian and the travel, like this
and the
is
robot
not a big movie.
Don't forget about the robot. That was expensive.
I'm sure we're gonna. we're gonna spend 15 minutes on the robot.
Oh, I got
sure,
no.
so I don't want to
notes
blow.
on
Yeah,
the
I
robot,
remember the
baby.
robot.
Hoo-wee. Thing had a CD player. I noticed. All right, we'll get into that. But it was otherwise it was a pretty small movie.
It's 93 minutes or something, 91 minutes.
Dude, with credits and
It's crazy how
like
short
5
it
minutes
is.
of recap from Mr.
Yes.
T in the beginning.
I know. Every Rocky movie opens up with 5 minutes of recap of the last movie.
And you know what? But I think Rocky 3 came out because I think the first Rocky came out in
76.
76, and I think the second one came out in 78, right?
79. It goes 76, 79, and then 82, same year as Rambo, as First Blood, and then 85. So I think the point you're trying to make is they're recapping the movie that you saw 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Because we did have home video releases starting around this time, but they were expensive. Not everybody could afford to buy the $100 VHS tape. So I totally understand why they do it. It is just really funny when you're spending a week watching 9 Rocky movies and you finish one Rocky movie and then you start the next one and you go okay, so I have to sit through 3 minutes of I basically am watching the end of the movie again.
It makes me wonder if there's a skip recap button just like they do on
exactly.
Netflix.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
On my 4Ks, I need the skip recap button. Yeah. That's so funny.
When you watch those the all-day marathons of something on Bravo, and it's the same commercial over and over.
Oh
again.
man, I remember that was a lazy Sunday for me when I was a kid.
Yeah, you remember the old days.
It makes me. I was just gonna say before we move on, I'm just thinking could you imagine just the Rocky movies all edited together as one movie? So it's just it's all 4 of them just together, and it's just this continuing epic story that's 9 hours long.
You just edit in 2 years later, and then the next one begins.
Exactly.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. Somebody did that with the Back to the Futures. They stitched them all together, and that apparently plays. I've never taken the time to watch it.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Because I think there's a longer gap between 4 and 5. If I'm not, because I think 5 is 1990.
Oh, it's like
or
10 years, right?
Yes.
Maybe
1990.
Yeah.
Oh, 5 years.
Yeah, 80. So Rocky 4 is 85, obviously, why we're covering it on this show. Rocky 5 is 1990, and then Rocky Balboa, which is Rocky 6, is 2006. And then we get into the Creed movies, which are what are they? 20. Where are the Creed movies? 2015.
I have not seen any of the Creed movies.
Creed 1 is 2015,
man,
I believe. Creed
I know.
2,
I couldn't support him
2018.
after they pulled Stallone out of it. That was a bullshit deal to me, because of everything Brandon said earlier. That those are his characters. That's his story. It's his everything.
But
if you guys don't know the controversy behind that, it was pretty.
What,
severe.
really? I didn't even know about this.
I didn't hear about a controversy because he's a credited
Well,
writer.
then somebody paid a lot of money.
for that movie.
Then some. I'm sure. Then somebody paid a lot of money to make that go away. I'm sure it's in there. It's got to be.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't want to see Rocky fighting at 60-something or 70 years old.
Oh, no, it wasn't about that. It was about actually producing and writing the story. He didn't actually have anything to do with it, so he felt that they took it away
I
from
see
him.
what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, Stallone notoriously has what was it? Oh man, is it the Cobra? Cobra is based off of no, something is what is it now? I can't remember. Anyway, something is based off of a book, and Stallone tried to get his name put on the book because he wrote the movie based on the book. And it was this whole I mean,
You mean retroactive backwards?
yes,
What
because
the
he
heck?
wrote the movie based on the book, he tried to get his
doesn't work
name
that way.
as an author on the book. It's just
That doesn't work. That doesn't
he just
work.
does,
That's
he just
wild.
does stuff like that.
Not cool, Sly. Not cool.
Yeah, it wasn't Sly of Sly to do that.
No.
Oh, burn. That was a nostalgic burn.
Oh, somebody ended up saying that Hulk Hogan's character was Thunder Lips.
Thunder Lips. Thank you, Orgunian Dave. Yes. Thunder
I
Lips.
mean,
What did I say?
Thunder
Thunder Jaw,
Hips.
I think is what I said. It's pretty
You
close.
said like Thunder Jaw or Thunder something, but
Yeah. Well, Rocky 4, I mean, it's a ton of fun. I think it is. I think it is just flashy enough. You know, my personal distaste of Rocky 3 is like
Oh,
you dislike
you're gonna say
Rocky
that as
3,
often as
really?
you can, aren't you? Wow.
it just doesn't. Okay, and I'm aware because I think it's my love for Rocky 2 and the tone of Rocky to Rocky 2 makes sense to me, and then Rocky
Yes.
3 just becomes this huge, like, okay, I had
So
to
it's
write
Jaws
down
3 for you, basically.
yeah, I had
They
to
leave
write
the
down
universe.
the budgets of these movies because I think that's an interesting thing to look at. So Rocky 1 is made for just under $1 million, $960,000. Rocky 2, $7 million. Big bump.
Wow.
Rocky 3, $17 million. So there is a level of scale that goes up in Rocky 3, and similarly to things that happen in Rocky 4, they just don't match with the gritty original Rocky, which is what I think the nugget of that is what I like about the Rocky franchise. Because I'm not a sports guy, this is a franchise that I've never been obsessed with, let's say.
I agree with everything you're saying, but those numbers, it does sound like that money went to talent because those movies aren't that much bigger.
Yeah.
And they did buy Hulk Hogan and Mr. T at the pinnacle of both of their careers.
Yeah. But that's the thing is that it's the Hulk Hogan of it all that I'm not really into, but I'm also not a Hulk Hogan fan. So
No, I agree with you. I guarantee
don't get
the
excited
studios that
seeing
do
it.
that, not Sylvester Stallone, right?
I mean, to
Well,
be
I don't
fair,
know.
it's not like Hulk Hogan had a huge role in the movie. He was just there.
But
It was
I
just
guess
more or
my
less a cameo. They needed a wrestler there, and they just happened to pick him. But Mr. T is really the star of that movie.
and honestly, I wasn't even I didn't really like the Clubber Lang character. I like Mr. T. Don't get me wrong. But it was just I wasn't really that into Clubber Lang. Comparatively to Ivan Drago, that is a character I love because I think he's absolutely sinister and stoic. And maybe that's just I don't like the anger and the yelling that Clubber Lang does. I'm a bigger fan of Ivan Drago as a villain, we'll say.
I think with Clubber Lang, it was a bit different because he was more or less trying to work with. He was the only one that was able to get in Rocky's head to begin with, because that's what helped him develop as a character. Whereas he needed to get over that fear, which is why Clubber Lang was, in my opinion, just worked as a character, just because he was just very intimidating. He was insulting his wife. He was trying to get at her.
Yeah.
He showed no remorse
you could hate
when
him
Mickey
so easily.
died. Yeah, no remorse when Mickey died, and it was just when he was at the lowest of his low, he instilled even more fear into him until Adrian had to make him admit that he was afraid.
Yeah.
Which in that point, when he actually is afraid and he admits it, and then it all starts coming together that it's okay to be afraid, but it's not okay to give up, so to speak.
And hey, that's fair. I mean, I it's not my least favorite in the franchise. Let's just put it that way. I just think it's a little bit cartoony, and that was kind of just coming right off of 2, which I absolutely loved, and knowing 4. I would say 4 is the one that I look forward to watching in a way, because again, like I just said, Ivan Drago is an awesome character. So maybe that's more what it was. I was just the high of 2 with the looking forward to 4, I was maybe just feeling like I was sitting through 3 in a way.
Yeah.
But I'm totally okay with being wrong if that's what people see.
I think I would agree that it's not as good a movie, but like the Nostalgic Latino says, I think maybe I got a soft spot because of the loss of Mickey and then how lost Rocky gets because of it and all that. maybe that's why I've got a soft spot for that one too.
Speaking of loss, what about the loss of Apollo Creed in 4, which is a huge moment in the franchise?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? It was different for me this time around.
How so?
It was different for me. Well, I felt that he knew what he was doing. I felt that once he did this and those hands didn't move, I think he knew, and that's when he was saying, "Don't you stop this fight." And he realized that he knew it was the end. He was either going to beat this guy to be famous again, or he was going to die to be famous again.
His quarterman.
And that was the "don't you stop no matter what." And then that whole turmoil starts. And then I kind of feel like, Rocky, fucking pick a lane, bro. You should have, if you're gonna throw the towel at all, you should have done it earlier, or you shouldn't have thrown it. Like, that's the only moment that killed me this time, because it was Rocky's character that was a little weird for me.
I don't know if I agree with Creed knowing that he's like okay with dying. I think he's okay with getting hospitalized.
I don't think he was okay with dying. I just think he was just very overconfident.
Did I say he was okay with dying? I didn't mean.
Maybe you didn't say it, but it felt like that's what you were implying. Like he was
that he knew that he knew. Yes, I do feel that way.
He dies.
Yes, I feel like almost he was telling us that story-wise. They were having Drago narrate like exposition.
Yeah. Well, for me, Apollo Creed is my favorite character in the Rocky franchise.
My second note here is Carl Weathers. So damn good. So damn good.
He really is. In all of those movies, he is awesome. He is like the most charismatic guy. He looks so goddamn cool. I want to be Carl Weathers so bad. Just in general.
You sound like Tobias
ripped
Blue
too, man. Because he doesn't come across as like a buff guy, but when the dude goes shirtless, it's like, damn, dude, bro is ripped.
Even when he's like wearing all those like really nice buttoned up shirts and he's like just really filling them out.
And I like the fact that it's like, and it doesn't really escape it. Well, because of Predator, because Carl Weathers is in it, and there's Dylan, already that Arnold connection. I don't see it as Dylan. It's more like, hey, Apollo, you son of a bitch,
pushing too many pencils.
Like, that's how I see him at that time. So I just like the fact that there's a connection there between Arnold and Stallone in that case.
That's true, actually. I didn't even think about it in those terms. That Carl Weathers is Apollo Creed in the Rocky franchise, but you're right. He's Dylan in Predator, so he's worked with the both sides of the famous '80s action star duo. I mean Carl Weathers. I mean Happy Gilmore, Chubbs is like he's
the best.
He's so good in that movie. He's so funny.
Don't worry about that. Made of wood, real sturdy.
That's local film history for me. Happy Gilmore was all shot up in Vancouver. So
wow, really?
Happy's grandma's
house. Know that.
You can go visit. Yeah, all the golf courses. They're all
so funny.
British Columbia golf courses.
It was supposed to be like where I grew up, like the Waterbury Open and everything. It was supposed to be like Connecticut and New England and all that. That's funny.
But it's all British Columbia. Carl Weathers also is in the Mandalorian, the Star Wars Disney Plus series. He plays Greef Karga. I did reach
Arrested Development guys.
Oh my God, Arrested Development. I totally forgot. The Carl Weathers School of Acting.
Playing himself, yes.
Oh my God.
How much money do you have? That's how much it costs.
God, he is so funny in Arrested Development. I got to watch some Carl Weathers on Arrested Development clips.
He's a very charismatic. He's one of the most charismatic actors that are out there. Like he could play a badass, but he can also play like a super friendly like partner in like tag team duo kind of a person.
Yeah.
Because you really see that even in Rocky 4, you really see the development of him as a character.
Yes.
Of being, this badass, quick talking, son of a gun, I'm the best, and whatever. And the thing is that by part 4, him and Rocky are now best friends.
I know
He
their
still has
respect
that
for each
knack.
other.
I loved that.
Oh my
he still
God.
has that quick wittiness, even with Rocky at that point, but it's in a much friendlier tone, much more competitive tone, much more of a rival as opposed to an opponent, as an enemy. And I think that combines both of his perfect traits there, is that his quick wittiness, his quick talking type of feature, plus him as a charismatic, friendly person that is telling Rocky, hey man, there is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Let's go.
Oh man.
And it's like, I could do this, Rock. I believe in you because you believe in me. Don't you dare throw in that towel.
He also has such a great voice. I just love Carl Weathers' voice. And when he's in the pool playing with those 3 dogs, I'm like, this guy's got everything. He has the perfect life. He's got the pool, he's got the mansion, he's got those 3 beautiful dogs, TV by the pool.
TV by the pool, epitome of 80s wealth.
He had more than one TV.
One for either side of the pool. Past and future
R.I.P. Carl Weathers.
R.I.P. Carl Weathers. We lost him 2 years ago. But as I mentioned, he was on The Mandalorian. He played Grief Karga. And a past and future guest, Paul Sun-Hyung Lee, who was actually on our Rambo episode, is an actor on The Mandalorian.
Oh, wow, really?
Yes. He plays Captain Carson Teva. And his first episode in season 2 of The Mandalorian, wonderful, wonderful show, was directed by Carl Weathers. And that's the first time he met him, got to work with him. He has lots of great stories. I don't want to tell any of Paul's stories. I will try and find some interviews. I know Paul has told some Carl Weathers stories, some really great ones about meeting him on the first day of set. But I want Paul to be able to tell those stories. So I will try to find in interviews, and I'll change and I'll put them in the description below after the show. But I reached out to Paul because I knew that we were going to talk about Carl, and I'm such a huge Carl fan. And so I said, hey, Paul, we're going to be doing Rocky 4 tonight, and I'm sure we'll be talking a lot about Carl. Anything you want to say about him that I could share on the show? And then he said, that's a tall order, and then sent me this big message after. And he said, this is from Paul. I will say that I was touched at how generous in spirit and kind he was to me once he got to see my work and we worked together. He's a Hollywood icon in every sense of the word, and his immeasurable talent, keen observational skills, and drive to constantly improve his work and the work of others around him was and still is inspirational. I miss him a lot, his charisma, his laughter, and his quiet, introspective moments. The man was a legend. And then he said, and he cared about what he was doing, acting, directing, and he still loved doing it. So that
wow.
It just speaks, like, when you listen to, I had been at a couple conventions, and I that Carl Weathers has been at, and I saw his panels or whatever. Just the way he speaks so intelligently about the craft, which we were just joking about. Like, it's so funny that he's the acting teacher on Arrested Development because it's all about the craft.
It's plausible.
But the
in real life,
Carl Weathers actually did love acting and the art of filmmaking so deeply, and he was just like he was a tough guy, but he was a nice guy, right? And we all miss him. Carl Weathers ruled. Like, there's no doubt about it.
Surfer Girl reminds us Carl was also in Action Jackson.
Yes, Action Jackson. Yes,
that was.
Got to revisit that one.
There was a few of those. Yeah. Surfer Girl also says, growing up with all of the Rocky movies, Rocky 4 has always been my favorite for some reason. And then Neon Arcade earlier said, Carlos, you just made Rocky 3 sound like the best movie ever.
I think it's a good movie that really that shows development as a character. Because the thing is that from what do you expect from these Rocky movies? I think at some point it's like, who is Rocky's next opponent? You know, part one.
How many montages are we going to have?
Part
right?
3, part 4, part 5. Who's he fighting next? So as opposed to just there being just a straight line to get to whoever his opponent is.
Yes,
it's really nice to see the development of a character within that time frame. That's not just, hey, I'm just going against this guy, but you understand the mountains or the obstacles that one has to climb in order for him to get, to the tippy top of that mountain and finally defeating them. So I mean,
he can only retire so many times, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I thought that was pretty well conveyed in part 3. And then in this one, in part 4, his development as a character is, at this point, after the death of Apollo, is he looking for, to try to avenge him? Is he looking for revenge? Is he trying to make amends for not throwing in the towel? And
then there's the whole Cold War propaganda,
obviously
Russia versus America sort of aspect to it as well.
Within that time frame, because at that point,
talk about nostalgia.
There was a lot of patriotism within that time frame.
Exactly.
And there was just, it's kind of like, basically that. Even when you see Apollo, obviously he has his American trunks. When he's doing his song and dance at the very beginning, it's
living in
huge
America,
American flag.
That hat, and that top hat he has is awesome.
Exactly.
I did feel stupid. I did notice something for the first time when he's doing that. I want you, I want you, I want you. I always thought that was like just a boxer thing. Like, I want you, like somebody would say, like I'm going to kick your ass.
Yeah.
It's Uncle Sam from the posters. I want you.
Oh my God, you're totally right.
My first time ever realizing that was today.
Yeah, that never clicked with me.
Sorry.
No. Well, there goes my train of thought.
Oh man, I'm sorry, Carlos. I'm sorry. I have a habit of doing that.
That sequence is so funny to me because I love whenever they cut to Drago, because he's standing in that ring as the boxing ring comes up through the stage. James Brown comes out. Carl Weathers comes down from the ceiling, and every time they cut to Drago, and he's just like standing there with like the look of like, what is going on? Like, this is all so big and so loud. I absolutely love it. I love seeing the America, like the big fanfare through Drago's eyes in that sequence.
Yeah.
It's
really funny because it really tells you within that time frame. Because I think even that throughout that period of time, through communism in the USSR, like everything was everything was the same, everything was gray, everything was, a specific standard, so to speak.
Yes.
So when you see like the freedoms of America to be able to express yourself and be able to, the freedom of choice and all of this stuff. So it's like, I think it's a general
communism, right? I mean, that was the whole idea.
And a general look of like they're doing too much kind of a deal.
And think of the parallels of at the end of the movie, the final fight, the big fanfare is the giant painting of Drago with like two sparklers off the side. Like that's the USSR fanfare, is this big painting with the sparklers. Psh, that's it. They don't got James Brown.
Yeah. In America,
which is an original song. I didn't know that. It's an original song for Rocky IV.
Oh, now we know where the budget went.
See. Well, I guess we'll get to when Drago comes out at the end. But while it wasn't Living in America, it was a familiar sound to me. I'm curious if you guys picked up on it too.
Like Drago's entrance music for the final fight.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about it now, or do you want to get to it when we?
We can wait. We can wait.
Okay.
Yeah. What a nice teaser for later. In hour 3 of this.
Let's talk about Talia Shire, who plays Adrian in almost all of the Rocky movies. She's wonderful.
Nicole used to work with Jason Schwartzman, who is her son.
Yes, well, that's what I was going to say. If people don't know, Talia Shire is Jason Schwartzman's mother, but also is friend. Did you not know that?
No, I did. It's just
okay.
I remember when I found out. It was like so random. It was like, whoa.
But
and then go ahead.
People in the chat that
go the other way.
That, so.
Yes, and also, she is Francis Ford Coppola's sister, which is why she's in Godfather 1 and 2. She plays Connie Corleone. But her doing Rocky was actually her getting away from the Coppola name and saying, like, I'm not in movies just because my brother puts me in movies. I'm an actress. And so she took the Adrian part in this low budget, movie that nobody knew was going to turn into a $1 billion franchise 9 movies later, to just sort of to prove that she has the chops.
And she nailed it. She blew it out of the park.
She's absolutely wonderful. I would
argue Adrian's one of the reasons 1 is so good.
I think Rocky is
their love story is gorgeous to me.
Rocky does not shut up in the first movie. He just hey, I'm gonna write a joke. I'm gonna tell you a joke. Hey Adrian, you heard about this?
You're right.
He's very endearing. He's very humble. He's like, I know where to take you. I heard you like the zoo. I like the zoo. The monkeys are kind of funny, and the elephants, they got these big trunks. And then it's and the thing is, it lets you know that in Rocky, he's not necessarily a person of intellectual stature, so to speak. Yeah. He's just a normal Joe, and that's what makes him a lot more lovable as a person. Now, what's funny is that a good transition from now is that in Rocky 4, when the movie begins, he's already established. He's super rich.
Yes,
he has this.
He's got
great
2
big
Lamborghinis
mansion of a house. The Lambos.
2.
Can we talk
red
about
one and
that?
A black one.
The cars in this movie are stellar.
The robot and
yes,
and Paulie is mooching off of his ass.
Yeah. I mean, it's the life of luxury. I mean, that robot. Do we want to get into the robot now? Because
I'd love to hear about it. I can talk about the Lamborghinis, but I'd love to hear about the robot.
Since we're still on Talia Shire, she also goes through developmental as well, because she starts off as this very timid, I don't want to do anything with you.
Very shy, yes.
Kind of leave me alone. My brother doesn't approve of you, kind of person. To in Rocky Part 2, eventually she's very against him having a fight. Eventually, then becoming a true supporter and saying, "Hey, you know what? I'm having this baby. You're good. Go win for me and go win for the baby."
Yeah.
Part 3, she ends up, forcing him to admit that that he's scared, and is a huge pillar for Rocky by then. And then Part 4, we could discuss more, but I don't know exactly what she is as a character within Part 4. But obviously, she's still a very supportive force for him, just as not as
Yeah,
as prominent.
I mean,
I totally agree with you. Agree with you.
Her big move in Part 4 is that she comes to Russia, right? She's not. She doesn't want Rocky to fight Drago, especially after her friend in Creed. Also, she lost her friend as well, right?
Yes.
He was killed in the ring. She even says that they have that nice little scene at the dinner table where she says, I'm just concerned about you. I care about you, Creed. Right. But she doesn't have a lot to do in Rocky 4. She kind of is just
transferred the same thing over. And then Rocky is playing that character to Apollo. He's like, oh, you sure you might not be fighting yourself? That's something that she would have said to Rocky.
She would have said totally. I totally agree. I do have to shout out Talia Shire's appearance in one of my favorite movies of all time, Rad. She plays Mama Crew Jones's mom in Rad. Have you ever seen Rad, Jay?
I don't think I have.
Dude,
I wasn't a
I haven't
BMXer.
seen it completely, but it's like one of my older brother's favorite movies as a kid.
This movie is awesome.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
it's awesome.
You know, I trust you. I'll write it down.
It is about BMX, competitive BMX in Alberta, Canada. I mean, you can't beat it.
Well, you know what? The Canadian part actually is more of a draw to me because the BMX I don't care about at all. But I love that Canadian humor.
This is
tell them about
Rad.
the Alberta, Canada dance with the BMX bike.
Yeah, so this has a very famous bike dance sequence. So Lori Loughlin is in this film as well. Lori Loughlin from Full House and from Crime.
Never touched a speck of controversy in her life. That was wild. I remember when you found out, that was crazy to me.
So
Becky?
she plays a fellow
Becky,
competitive.
no way.
She plays a fellow competitive BMXer, and her and Crew Jones, Bill Allen, they have this dance, this like a school dance or like a town dance or whatever, and they do a whole dance sequence on BMXs. It's amazing. They go ass sliding, and people who haven't seen Rad, you just need to watch the movie to find out what ass sliding is.
Did you say ass sliding?
Ass sliding, ASS sliding. It is one of the most ridiculous parts of the movie. So this movie is directed by Hal Needham, who directed Bandit.
Now you got me.
Yes.
What the hell?
Yeah, Rad.
He also directed what?
Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh.
And Cannonball Run and Dukes of Hazzard, all that stuff.
Very famous stunt
Damn,
man.
you go from Burt Reynolds to BMX bikes. What the hell happened?
Okay, so the thing with Rad is it is not a great movie, but it is an awesome movie. It's one of those. I absolutely love it. It's so cool. It's got real BMX, competitive BMX riders in it. It's 40 years old this year. 1986, Rad came out. But Talia Shire plays the mom of Crew Jones, the main character in the film.
Dang.
I have to show my love for Rad and get more people on the Rad train, or the Rad bike, rather.
It has a really cool poster. I also like the font that it uses for the title Rad.
Yeah.
It's a really nice gradient.
I have a Rad poster on the wall over there.
Oh, man. Well, dude, I don't know if you're able to turn your camera or anything, but it'll be pretty cool to see it.
It's not the original poster. It's a Mondo print from a couple of years ago.
From Good Burger?
What? From Good Burger?
Good Burger.
Sorry. The Mondo Burger. I don't know.
Oh, the Mondo Burger. Okay, I see where you're going.
Has anyone ever seen BMX Bandits?
Yes,
Neon
Nicole
Arcade would like to
Kidman's
know.
first film. I have that movie over there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Says apparently it paved the way for Rad. Is that true?
Yeah,
I'm
it's an
learning
awesome.
about a bunch of new stuff.
There, I'll grab it.
And everyone seems to agree that the Rad movie is indeed rad. A lot of people saying that.
The thing is that the Rad movie it's super, because at the time when I was, oh dang, you know what's crazy? Whenever there's a really old cult movie or something like that, it's really funny that even though Nicole Kidman may not be the star, they just plaster whoever's the biggest movie star's
all
face
the time.
in it, and they're only in for a portion, or they're just only a supporting.
They just happen to cast. Yeah, they just got
like,
lucky with their
moly.
casting.
How many times do you guys watch a movie where the one of those like he's saying, one of those actors is in the opening bit, and then by the time you get to the credits, they're already dead? Like you'll see their name in the credits, and they're already dead from the opening.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
you never see them again.
Man.
They're in the opening credits, and then they die in the first scene.
Dude, there's one movie that reminds me of that. Did you ever remember watching Executive Decision?
Yeah,
No, I've never seen that.
I love it.
Kurt
Steven
Russell
Seagal.
and Steven Seagal.
Yes.
And then, you know what? And then in the very first scene of the movie, when they're about to get on the plane,
You think it's a Steven Seagal movie. You think he's the star of this movie, and then
yeah.
Oh, really?
So
That'll be a good movie for another one.
My wife wouldn't watch that movie until I told her that spoiler, Carlos, because she was like, "All right, how long?" I was like, 5-10 minutes tops.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I remember watching it in the theaters. And I was like, "What?"
Yeah,
you know,
that's
still a
awesome.
good movie,
I love
though.
that movie. That's a guilty pleasure.
I'll have to check it out.
Is in it too.
Yeah, he's good in it too. And the straw, man, I love that movie.
Talia Shire was also married to composer David Shire. David Shire would do the score for such films as Saturday Night Fever, which Stallone goes on to direct the sequel of, Staying Alive, a film I really love.
I think I ever knew that. That's awesome.
The sequel, Staying Alive?
I don't think I knew that Stallone directed it. I have never actually seen either one, so I don't think I knew.
Dang, I'm learning new things every day.
Okay, I legitimately love Staying Alive. Saturday Night Fever
adding it to the list
is okay.
But do I need it for Staying Alive, or can I just skip straight to Staying Alive?
You could skip to Staying Alive. Look at
cool.
See if I can get this all in the shot here.
What the hell?
Look at that's John Travolta.
Yeah, I don't even. You know what? I've never even bothered to watch that movie. Is he still playing the same character?
Yeah, so he's Tony. Is that his character's name? Tony from.
I was gonna say Johnny. Is it Tony?
I think it's Tony. He's the same character, but he wants to be a dancer on Broadway. That's what the whole movie is. He goes to try to make it as a dancer on Broadway. Other than like the sort of like the buff body, the sweatiness, like it actually doesn't feel like a movie Stallone would make, but it is the story of like a guy who's driven to pursue his passion and follow his dreams. And I legitimately love it. I think it's a great movie, and I would watch it over Saturday Night Fever anytime. So I highly recommend Staying Alive.
It's funny. Having not seen either one, I kind of thought the first one was about that, him trying to make it.
It is Tony. 5 years later, Tony Manero.
Tony Manero.
But I brought up David Shire, the composer who was married to Talia Shire, because he also did the score for Short Circuit.
Whoa.
Return to Oz, which we've covered on this show, and then one of my personal favorite movies of all time, David Fincher's Zodiac, is a David Shire score.
Ooh, I do love that one. I do love that one.
Yeah.
He's had a very long career.
Yeah. Let's talk about Dolph Lundgren while we're just sort of talking about people in this movie. Dolph Lundgren obviously plays Ivan Drago.
He was scary.
Very scary. This is like his second movie, I believe. He makes a very small appearance in another film we're going to cover eventually, in James Bond: A View to a Kill, Roger Moore's last James Bond movie, I believe. And he plays just like a sort of, just like a
random goon.
Random
like a
goon.
henchman?
Yeah, because he was either dating or Grace Jones's bodyguard. I don't know what they were.
One with Grace Jones.
Yes,
right.
So Grace Jones is in A View to a Kill, and Dolph Lundgren was either at the time her bodyguard or they were dating. I don't actually know.
Gotcha.
I haven't done the research yet. But so he makes a small appearance in A View to a Kill.
That's weird. How that relationship.
That they're auditioning for the next villain in a Rocky movie, and he initially gets denied because he's too tall, and then they see thousands of other people to try to find the next villain, and then they come back to Dolph Lundgren, and he becomes, I think, probably the most iconic villain of the Rocky franchise. I mean, everybody knows.
Totally agree.
I must break you. Everybody knows that training montage.
He dies.
Right? If he dies, he dies. He's only got a few lines, but they're all great. Dolph Lundgren is actually Swedish, and he is he has 2 masters in chemical engineering. He is like, he's got such a high IQ. He is a smart, scholared man, but he's also an incredible stoic villain.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to mention the chemical engineering stuff, because as soon as I found out, I was like, "What the hell?" And I don't know if he was already established by having those prior to his role in Rocky.
I don't know,
but
he was a karate master at that time. Like, he's like a high level competitive karate guy around that time.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and then just as a tidbit, just so that there's a connection to Arnold here a little bit, Dolph Lundgren goes on ahead and he stars in Kindergarten Cop Part 2.
Yes, the wrestling
Bill
one.
Bellamy.
Yes.
Wait, what? Is that true?
Yes. So
there's really a second Kindergarten Cop?
Yeah,
No, there is not.
So the what is it? The WWF or WWE, whatever it was at the time, they were making movies. And
I do remember.
They made a Kindergarten Cop 2 with Dolph Lundgren.
Direct to video?
Probably, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to check that out. That's like sounds like an HBO movie of the week kind of deal.
It's not that great, but I mean, it's pretty predictable.
Really? Oh man. That's crazy. Okay.
I mean, I've said it, but he's so good in this movie. I don't know what you guys think about Ivan Drago or Dolph Lundgren in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think everything about this movie is while it's so flashy, it is definitely a less is more movie. Like, he doesn't say much. It's all in the face. It's all in the shots. It's all in the way it's cut.
Or his wife speaks for him.
Oh, correct. Or some other mouthpiece for him. You're right. Or the manager guy, or the state representative. I think is actually what he was.
Oh, is that what he was? I was trying to. I couldn't remember what
because it's a communist. It was a communist regime at the time.
Yeah,
I believe that he was like a state
sense.
representative, and that the guys in the car were probably KGB. I would assume, right? That's what we thought. The guys who followed Rocky. They're assigned to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, the guy who played Gorbachev, I go, that's, and I looked it up. It's the guy who played him in Naked Gun.
I wrote that down. Because I wanted to mention that.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty good. I was like, oh, okay. The 80s had a guy who looked like the guy.
Yep.
I did have a theory, though, or not a theory, but it's like one of those, watching this made me ask the question. Did Rocky IV end the Cold War? I know we're not there yet, but like the timing of it planted the seed of why can't we all if he could change and you could change and I could change.
That's right.
Are you talking in the world of Rocky, or are you talking in the real world?
I'm saying, did the world of Rocky inspire the real world? Because it was like 3 years before the actual Berlin Wall fell and all that.
Yeah. I mean,
I know you were young. You were not alive, Brandon. I was alive.
Did not exist. Merely a twinkle.
All right.
In the eye.
When I was in school, we were taught about the Berlin Wall and the divisiveness of East and West Germany and the reasoning. Yeah. And then one day when the news, they're taking it down, we were like, oh, we know about this.
Yeah.
It was a big deal.
I mean, I even though I was alive at that time, I didn't fully grasp what it was. I was like 3 or something.
I'm too old.
But even at
you guys know about Pearl Harbor, right?
Yes, I've been to Pearl Harbor. This is a complete
Carlos, where are you located, by the way? I know. I'm sorry. I forgot to ask where you are.
I'm here in Los Angeles.
Oh, right on. Okay, me too.
This is my tangent. We just had to replace a oil filter. Is that what it was? Or a fuel? It was some sort of fuel filter on our DeLorean, on our time machine. And it was still the original part on it. And when we pulled it off, it says made in West Germany on it.
Whoa.
So it was a part made before the Berlin Wall had fallen.
It was late 80s when it crumbled, right? So
oh, of course I saved it. Yeah, of course. It's on my Doc Brown shelf.
Nice.
Brandon, I have an LGB train set in the other room in the box, and the box itself says made in West Germany.
Wow.
Right on the toy train set, you know.
Okay. We need to talk about the robot because we can talk about the robot and we can talk about Polly at the same time. But I think the robot is one of the most insane things in the Rocky franchise.
But it's the best.
It dates this movie. It also just like, it's so left field, but I get like, it is so 80s, but it is
I love it more now than I did then because of the choices that were made in the design of it. The alien head and I never noticed the giant camera lens right here, like HAL 9000.
So
did you see that? And then it was a CD player in '85, a CD player.
And he's got a phone. He's got a landline right on him.
That's amazing.
And it's got a female voice.
And it's got a modulated voice. Polly's wife.
But she was so much sexier than Rosie the robot from the Jetsons. The square head and the body. Where is this thing now, Brandon? You must have done all the research.
So I don't know where the Rocky robot specifically is, but this robot was a robot created by the International Robotics Incorporation. Its name is actually SICO, SICO, all capital letters. It was created as a device to actually help children with special needs. And it was actually Sylvester Stallone's son is autistic. And that's how he found out about the robot. It was a tool used to help his autistic son. So he put it in the movie. Now the voice,
this is insane.
The male voice of the robot is actually the founder of robotics or international robotics. His name is Robert Dornick. He provided that voice. I forgot to look up who the female voice was. But the funny thing about that robot, SICO, is it is actually a registered actor in SAG, the Screen Actors Guild.
Because it had lines? How does that work?
Because it has lines.
Wow.
I don't know how it got in, but
so they credited the machine instead of the person. So who gets the check?
Well, the Robotics International.
Probably the robotics team.
Now
you're right.
The robot also made 38 appearances on Days of Our Lives, the soap opera.
Oh my God.
It toured with James Brown. It would open up for James Brown on that 85-ish tour. It also appears in the Carly Simon music video, My New Boyfriend, which if people want to watch it,
what the heck?
I've linked it down below. So there's Carly Simon dancing with her new boyfriend, SICO.
This is amazing.
That's wild.
So we
need to find one of these things. I need to have one of these.
Who would have thought that SICO the robot would have had an illustrious film career?
Yes. Now,
still collecting residuals. Got paid today.
Probably.
Well, here's the thing. So in 2021, I don't know if you guys know this, but Sylvester Stallone recut Rocky IV.
Yes.
And it is
this.
Rocky versus Drago, the ultimate director's cut. Yes.
Okay.
So
he announced that on Instagram, and I'll let Brandon touch base on this too. And I said, Sylvester Stallone, he has a presence in social media, and so me having a little bit of presence in social media, I end up asking him in the comment section, "Hey yo, the robot is staying in Rocky IV, right?"
Yeah.
And then you want to guess what his response was?
The robot's going to the junkyard. We'll never see the robot again.
Yep. He decided to remove it out of the director's cut.
So are you telling me that quote was in a response to you, Carlos?
Yes.
No way. That is insane.
Wow.
I can't believe you're on this episode.
That is insane. That's literally
this is crazy.
There when you have to.
Oh my God! Because I was going to quote that. I didn't even. I just know that quote. I didn't know that it. Wow. That's crazy that it's a reply to you. So yes. So famously, 2021, Sylvester recuts Rocky IV, and the big thing that he does is he removes the robot. He does a bunch of other adjustments, but he takes out the robot.
Do we know what the reason is?
I think it's just because it's kind of laughable.
Slows down the film.
It's goofy.
Slows it down.
It ages it. It's very much a product of its time, the 1980s of it.
Okay.
And the idea with the ultimate director's cut is he's trying to make a more serious movie, which I do think he does achieve that goal, because I actually really enjoyed the director's cut. I liked some of the scenes he added, but primarily the big thing that he did is he just removed all appearances of the robot. The only other weird thing that he did is he cut out a lot of Brigitte Nielsen, who plays Drago's wife. He cut out a lot of her scenes and a lot of her dialogue. And the only reason that feels weird is because they were married for a year and got divorced in 1987. So it feels like he's like, well, I'm not going to put her in the movie, or I'm not going to pay her.
Yeah, otherwise she would get residuals for it.
Yeah. So
you're right. She'd get paid. Exactly. He's like, she got enough money.
Back to SICO and the robot. The Robert Dornick, who as I mentioned, does the voice, but is also the founder of International Robotics. He actually says the reason Stallone cut the robot out of the movie was so that he didn't have to pay the residuals for the new release of the movie. Now, that may be true. There may be a part of that, considering, as I mentioned, the robot is a guild actor for SAG. But I do think that it makes a stronger movie. I really enjoyed the director's cut. Have you seen it, Carlos?
I haven't seen it yet. At one point, I wanted to watch it, but they didn't have it in theaters for very long. Because I remember it got released in theater, and then it wasn't available on streaming unless you had to pay for it.
Yes, now it is.
And I was like, it's like I want to watch it, but at the same time, I shouldn't have to be paying, $24.95 just to be able to rent the damn thing.
Well, now you can rent it for like $5 or $6 or whatever.
Okay, that's not that bad.
Where?
It's available.
I just searched it on Apple TV and couldn't find it.
I believe it's on
Hulu or something?
I think it might be on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check.
I was going to rent it because I was like, there's no way I'm doing the show without watching the director's cut. I have to. But I was at my local video store, Videomatica, actually picking up a couple of movies, one of them being the new Naked Gun. Speaking of Naked Gun.
Did you like it?
I loved the new Naked Gun so much.
This is amazing. I've tried it 3 or 4 times. I get like 2 minutes further each time, and I keep shutting it off. I can't stand it.
I'm such a huge fan of it. But
I love the original so much.
I love it. I love it all.
I love the original and Police Squad.
I love Police Squad.
Me too.
But on their previously viewed shelf, somebody obviously traded this in. Was this 4K knockout collection of the first 4 Rocky movies? But the reason I got it is because it contains the ultimate director's cut. And I was like, I was just about to rent this.
Odd.
So I did watch it.
And you own it now.
I own it. And like I said, I think it's a stronger movie. It's a more serious movie. He added a scene with Apollo and Rocky where Apollo's talking about the history books. And I thought it was I thought it was a really great scene. And it's before the fight, obviously. It's before he agrees. They're out in, I can't remember whose yard they're in, but in one of their mansions, they're out in the front yard. I don't think it's I think it's a stronger movie, but what I think the director's cut is actually lacking is, for some reason, he decided that he wanted to keep the movie runtime the same. So the director's cut is 93 minutes. The original theatrical is 91 minutes. If he would have made a 2-hour director's cut, I think it would have been just like miraculous as a movie. Like keeping some of the stuff, like Brigitte Nielsen's dialogue and some of her scenes, keep those, but expand some of the other stuff. I think it would have been a much stronger movie. It is, however, a very, very fascinating thing to watch. So I do recommend it if anybody is a fan of Rocky IV, or like yourself, Carlos. Like it's a cool thing to watch because there is new scenes and it does change things. He recolored the movie. It actually has a different aspect ratio. I didn't think we were going to be talking about it this early. where is it here?
It is a little odd because you'd expect from the director's cut that there would be, and it would be an extended version, like with Lord of the Rings, but it wasn't like that.
So yeah, Rocky 4, Rocky versus Drago. So this is a comparison. So he changed the aspect ratio and recolored the film. I don't think it's necessary.
235?
Yeah, he changed it from 185 to 239.
239. Okay.
I don't think it's necessary. I actually like the fuller frame. And the coloring is fine. Like it's,
was Rocky 1 in 239, 235, whatever it is, 239?
That's a really good question. I actually don't know that.
I can't figure out why he would do it because I agree with you. I'm looking at the framing of these and they do look better in the 185.
Yeah.
I mean, unless he did it just specifically because it was going to see a brand new theatrical release to try to match up with whatever the technology was.
Maybe that's a good point. Like just trying to make it seem like the modern movie.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But but that's not a new or an old technique. It's a director's choice. The aspect ratio. It's not technology based.
There also is a free documentary about the making of this cut. I have it in the link the description below. It's called Keep Punching, and it's him. It's basically Sylvester Stallone sitting in a room. The documentary quality is not very great. It's just somebody like shooting it on an iPhone. The documentary is maybe a little bit too long at 90 minutes for the quality that it is, but there's little gems throughout it. Some like footage you've never seen. But one of the interesting things is he was changing things like he didn't like the way he's like, it's like total George Lucas. He didn't like the way one of Drago's punches came across the frame, and he actually like rotates the shot so that the arm matches the previous cut angle. It's just like weird little stuff like that he's also doing in this director's cut, mixed with cutting out things like the robot or like just weird little things like at the end of Rocky's speech, he says like Merry Christmas to his son. He cuts the Merry Christmas. I don't know if he's just like, I don't want it to be a Christmas movie or tied to Christmas, which it technically is. Technically, this is a Christmas movie.
They specifically say it when they're opening the match. Like, it's a weird place to be, but it's Christmas, folks.
December 25th. So yeah, if
Oregonian
people are
Dave
interested,
says didn't. Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, if people are interested, there's a free documentary about the making of it on YouTube. Link in the description. But I do recommend if people are interested to watch the director's cut. It is fascinating. Sorry, what did Oregonian Dave say?
Sorry, man. Said didn't care much for the new cut. He prefers his Rocky 4 with cheese.
And that
one
is
comment I would.
Fair point.
It's a good.
I agree with that, and that's why I'm saying I think the recut is a stronger movie, right? Like he's really attempting to have a new tone with the movie. So if you like the cheese and you want the robot, obviously the theatrical version is going to be your superior film. But like I was talking about at the beginning, I like Rocky 2, the more serious tone. So his attempt at the more serious tone in the director's cut, it really did work for me.
Do you have that Rocky v Drago card up? Can you pull that up again? My only complaint with this would be the marketing of it makes it look like Rocky 5. And we're talking about Rocky 4. Oh, see, this one doesn't have it. It was that second card. Okay, so this is fine. Never mind. This is okay. Rocky 4, Rocky.
Yeah, this is Drago. Rocky 4, Rocky versus
whatever
Drago.
The next one you had a second ago, it was Rocky v Drago, and I thought that was all of their marketing. That one. Sorry.
Oh, no, that was just a documentary.
Yeah, I gotcha. Well, then they made a weird choice.
Yeah.
To be honest,
I prefer when it's just Rocky 4. It doesn't need like a Rocky 4, Rocky versus Drago. Like I think I don't
agree.
The title sucks. It should just be Rocky 4, the director's cut. Why does it need to be Rocky 4, Rocky versus Drago, the ultimate director's cut?
Just call it everybody already
Rocky
knows.
4, the director's cut. We don't need all that business.
Mm-hmm.
Shut down all that business.
Any thoughts on SICO the robot?
I want
Anything else? You want one?
I think it's
We'll
cool.
find
I
you
want to
one.
find one.
I'm bummed out that it was removed, and I thought Polly was a little weird because I think he's one of the few people that would fully embrace AI lovemaking robots.
Totally. I mean, it's
yes,
implied.
Definitely.
It's implied. They have a little bit of a domestic.
It is weird to me that he would have such a sensitive reason for putting it in and then remove it. It is weird to me.
And that's the thing that, like, the point I'm trying to make.
And then it may be the money,
that,
like you said.
It's just the flashiness of it, and I think that's the thing that I don't really. It doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
I like the story of Rocky Balboa, the Italian stallion, and I don't need the robot stuff.
And also the two Lambos paints the picture of excess. We don't need the extra Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I agree. And that's more Rocky, right? Like the Italian sports cars would be more Rocky than like this technology thing. Okay, I agree.
Did either of you guys clock the video camera that Rocky's son was using?
It looked familiar. Looks slightly familiar, Brandon.
Used by Marty McFly?
It is.
It looked like a portable television studio.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same make and model as the video camera from Back to the Future. Awesome. Well, Burt Young.
I mean, could be the same one, right?
Could be. Who knows?
Just off a prop shelf.
Yeah.
So now to transition. Well, Burt Young, who plays Paulie in the Rocky movies, who consistently plays as Paulie in all of these movies, is I don't see him seeing. He doesn't really get much of a developmental as a character. He's one of the few characters that kind of stays the same. He's always very angry. He's a moocher, and even in this case, even though he's still the same kind of guy, it's good to see him become an avid supporter of Rocky, even being at his quarterman, especially after Mickey dies.
Yeah.
But he's also a moocher. That's my thing. And I don't think that ever left him. And I think that's probably the part of his character.
He admits it in this.
But
like, I'm a bum. I'm just a bum.
But what's good about him is that he's always up to defend Rocky. Like, he's always like, when somebody talks shit, like Clever Lang was talking shit, or Apollo talking shit, he was right up there in front of his face, like, no. And then even the same thing, even with Rocky 5, when Tommy just starts going in, and he starts going in at Sylvester, bothering him at the bar, Paulie's the one that steps up and tells him, hey, leave him the hell alone.
Yeah.
You know? So, but anywho, that's my transition. But please continue.
I also love that character. I love Burt and the character.
I will never forgive him for throwing that turkey out into the street, though.
Oh.
I will never forgive him for going into that arcade in downtown LA, because I remember that arcade, just to get pissed off, and he breaks a perfectly good Rocky pinball machine.
Yes.
That broke my heart.
Yes. Smashes that glass. He has his low moments. I mean, Adrian works so hard on that Thanksgiving dinner, and he just throws it out into the cold. What a monster. He does have that really nice moment before Rocky goes out to the fight, and he's like, I'm not a guy for this kind of sentimental thing, and it's a nice moment he has with Rocky. And then I don't know, I don't know why Rocky keeps him around after the first movie. Like, he is a bum, but I guess he's family, right? Like, he's just
he has to.
It's Adrian's brother, right?
It's the only real family that Adrian has.
True.
Yeah.
So, true.
And
also,
even at the very first couple
around.
movies, he has to kind of win over her brother in order for him to be able to not have problems with Adrian.
Yeah.
Along with Adrian comes with her bum of a brother, unfortunately, but
With that, also, I believe that Paul, once you get to a certain level of success, you need to surround yourself with people that you actually know and trust. And even though Paulie is like traditionally rather untrustworthy, he's predictable. They know him. And I feel like he's just inner circle. Paulie's inner circle. Character wise, yeah, we need him for the familiarity and all the fan service. But I think also it's believable that they keep him around. That's life. Watch Entourage. That's how this business is anyway.
Yep. I can't remember what movie it is, but there's a moment in one of them where Paulie asks permission if he can like make money off of like Rocky, selling the name or getting promotions.
Merch.
And Rocky's like, yeah, do whatever you want. That's kind of, I think, what Paulie does. He's obviously in Rocky's corner in so many of the fights, but he's the guy who gets like the meat company to like sponsor Rocky in the first movie. So I think he's kind of sticking around and maybe helping with those sponsorship deals, maybe. But they don't really. You're right. Like, he's there to mooch. Like, he doesn't really do anything but like go to fights with Rocky in those later movies.
Mm-hmm.
I want to mention this Rocky movie, along with Rocky 2 and 3, are shot by Bill Butler, the cinematographer, who I just have to mention him because the man shot Jaws. It's just a name I always remember because of Jaws. He also shot Grease in 1978, and a personal favorite of mine, 1997's Anaconda, starring Jennifer Lopez, Owen Wilson, John Voight.
Ice-T. Don't forget Ice Cube.
Ice Cube,
yes.
Ice Cube, that's right.
Yes.
Oh my God.
How dare you say Ice-T?
I'm sorry. Law and Order, all those years of Law and Order.
He didn't shoot the first Rocky, but 2 and 3 and 4, it's pretty sweet. The other interesting thing about Rocky 4 is famously the composer for the Rocky movies, Bill Conti. I have it. He did the score. Very like obviously the Rocky music dun, 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 is like so famous.
Yep.
Gonna Fly Now is that the name of the song, which when you listen to it
now.
And there's another lyric that's like trying hard now. It's just so on the nose.
Yep.
Anyway, all of that, the Bill Conti music, absolutely iconic, obviously gets reused multiple times through the franchise. Rocky 4 is the only Rocky movie not scored by Bill Conti.
Yeah.
It is scored by Vince DiCola.
Vince DiCola.
Who only other credit really is scoring the 1986 Transformers film.
Woohoo!
The reason for Bill Conti not doing Rocky 4 is not really known, but it's believed that he was too busy working on The Karate Kid and The Karate Kid 2, which subsequently come out 84 and 86. So he's I guess he was busy and was not able to do Rocky 4, even though they reused some of his themes for Rocky 4.
But they got the Eye of the Tiger guy to do Eye of the Tiger 2.
Yeah,
it was almost the same exact song. It was like, hey, just pick a different key, throw some different words in there, and just play it again.
It's like Heat of the Night or something. I can't remember what it is, but
since you mentioned Vince DiCola, he and it to this day, I personally think it's a lot better than the Gonna Fly Now and Going the Distance by Bill Conti. But his rendition of the training montage is probably one of the best training montage music. That if you listen to it, whether you're at the gym or working on something or playing a game or whatever, it's like top one in terms of like getting me like really pumped.
It let's talk about it because you're right.
The montages,
the montages and the music. I am so pumped listening to that song, and I think these are the best montages in the Rocky franchise. And
I agree.
And I think part of it is because I love the parallels. So Rocky, as we all know, is in the cabin in Russia. He's doing everything, like a pilgrim, very, very old school on the
low tech
farm, very low tech. That's a good way to put it. And Ivan Drago is at the high tech, the highest of high tech Russian facility. And
state-of-the-art facility.
Absolutely love all of the parallel shots when he's like on that, he's all crouched down, he's on that running machine, and then it cuts to Rocky in the snow, or even just like
pulling the sled.
When he when he knocks out that contender, and then Rocky's cut down the tree, and the tree is falling at the same rate as that Drago's opponent is falling. I mean,
and then when he's running around the track, then Rocky's just running around on the ice road, running away from the KGB.
Yes,
with the KGB following.
Well, and all this time he's growing a very cool, very real beard.
Yeah, and then there's another.
He looked
one
good with it,
like where he's pulling the sleigh with his trainer and a bunch of logs on it.
Yeah.
Whereas Drago is doing like this crazy machine that's like.
I love that one.
Doing something else. I forgot, but it was like a crouching machine or something.
When he like helps the guy with the horse and the carriage.
Yeah, he pushes the sleigh out of the rut. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So the Rocky movies are essentially like we have to have a training montage and we have to have a final fight. Like those are what Rocky movies need, and they even continue that obviously into the Creed movies. Like the joke of the montage, or like even like Team America, like gonna have a montage. All of
that song is directly from this. I swear,
exactly.
They were parodying this montage.
What makes this great of a training montage is that because it's literally two montages in one.
Yes.
Because it starts off with Vince DiCola's training montage score.
Yeah.
And then it transitions over to Hearts on Fire by John Cafferty. Oh. Hearts on fire, strong desire.
Oh, so good.
I mean, I counted 3 montages that were pretty much back to back to back.
So
really?
I have them written down here. So it is 3 montages because after Rocky agrees to the fight, has the scene with Adrian on the stairs, I'm a fighter. You can't win, Rocky. What does he do? He leaves in his Lamborghini, and this is where we have the music video in the middle of this movie, which is essentially another montage. It is a memory montage. It's him and Apollo running on the beach, all the close-up shots of Stallone driving down the street thinking about memories. And it's just so funny that it's essentially like an entire song, this sequence, a montage of clips, which then leads us into Rocky getting to Russia, which is our first montage. So we have our first montage. That's montage 1. Then Rocky gets to Russia. That's montage 2, after he establishes these are the people assigned to you. That Adrian arrives, and we have a break in the action. They have their little moment for seconds, and then we launch into our third montage, and that's where we see like Drago. He gets the injection, which is implied that maybe it's like steroids of some sort.
Yeah, what were they saying there?
Rocky climbs the mountain at the end of that montage. So it really
and he yells out, "Drago!"
Yeah.
It's 3 montages in a row, and I actually
also, by the way, at sunset, worst time to be at the top of the mountain. I hope your helicopter's coming.
Well, I mean,
he's gonna die up there before the fight.
It was good training for when he ended up doing a cliffhanger in 1981.
Yes, exactly.
With Rowdy Burns, awesome.
He probably Stallone was probably on top of the mountain, going like, "Hey, I could write a movie up here. I could be up here." What is Cliffhanger? Cliffhanger's like 96, isn't it?
90.
No, it's much older. I think it's 91.
93.
Oh, 93. Okay.
I had to pull this IMDb trivia because I thought it was so funny. It says, it has been calculated that Rocky IV is 31.9% montages, nearly a third of the film. During the second half of the film, or the last 50 minutes, it is approximately 50% montage.
I have no complaints about that whatsoever. Real talk, there's been times when I'll just go on YouTube and then I'll go on there's like the super cut of the training montages from Rocky 1 to the latest, to all the way down to Creed.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, they besides the final fight, which is, you know, the climax of whatever story they're telling, the training montages are the best part of all 9 of the Rocky franchises, regardless of whether the movie's good or bad. The montages, the training montages, are always good and exciting to watch.
I was taken with how quickly this movie moved along. I mean, they tell the whole thing, and as we said, 120, 180, maybe 80 minutes. I think the montages probably play a role in that, right? They're able to just sort of exposition it by.
So, I think too, the amount of footage that Sylvester Stallone had in order to put in the Rocky IV, Rocky versus Drago, the Ultimate Director's Cut, shows that there's a bunch of stuff cut from the movie originally in 1985, because he had all these scenes that he could put back into the movie. So clearly there was a longer movie conceived, but then they cut it down and I guess just decided to pad out the time with these montages, because it moves so fast, this movie. Even if you forget the montages, like, it really is like Rocky 3 recap. Russia's allowed to box. Creed wants to fight. Creed dies. Rocky is going to fight. Rocky goes to Russia. Training montage. Final fight. Like, that is the entirety of the movie.
I like it.
That's the outline. Yeah.
Green light. I mean, the anything else you want to say on the montages? I mean, it's awesome. It's in our little opening. Like, all the shots are great. Songs amazing. Like, it's cool. I'm gonna watch the training. I'm gonna find a supercut of the training montages. I gotta watch those.
Yeah. So at this point, after the training montage, and he yells Drago, then it transitions to him actually going to the final fight.
Yes.
Now, for people to understand, is all of the odds are against Rocky at this point, because not only does he have to fight Drago, but he has to fight on his home turf. That was the agreed terms.
Yes.
When they agreed to do the contract of the fight. So now they're in the USSR.
I was going to say, which is fair, because they make the point that Drago is not safe. And he did kill an American hero, right? Like, he, it was in, it's a gray area. There's he does punch him really hard and over again. But it's not implied that anything he did was, nefarious, right? With that Creed fight. So it does make sense that
cause and effect.
Brigitte Nielsen does say, like, I fear for my husband's life in this country. So that's why they have to do it on Russian soil. This is the final fight is also local film history for me, because they shot the entire finale of Rocky IV up in Vancouver. We have we call it the P&E, which is the Pacific National Exhibition. It's basically like our state fair, right? Like, it's there's like lots of livestock. We have like rides. There's summer concert series. It's a big thing. And one of the places that we have up here is the P&E Agrodome, and it is where a lot of animal related events happen. I think like bull riding and like, you know, competitive like farm cattle shows, you know, like it's
agricultural.
Agricultural, yeah. But it is
Yeah.
a giant concrete structure. So they came up to Vancouver to shoot the entirety of Russia, the final fight up in Vancouver. Oh, I actually should mention too that the cabin that Rocky trains at in the cold, wintry, snowy Russian desert is actually in Wyoming. It was Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
That's cool.
What the heck?
Is where they shot all of the outdoor Russia stuff. And then all of the indoor...
realistically, they can't film in Russia, especially at that time.
Yeah, no, exactly.
No way.
So they came up to Canada, and I found this article. This is an article by Charlie Gran, and he was, I believe, a high school student at this time. They had thousands of people come out to be extras in Rocky IV. They didn't pay them, but for every extra, $3 was donated to charity. And they fed them Church's chicken, and they shot for 8 days in the Agrodome. But I found this article because Charlie, he had a camera, and he took the camera, and he was able to take a bunch of photos because people had prop cameras, and nobody sort of batted an eye that he had a camera at this, you know, fake sporting event. So I just wanted to show a couple of these behind the scenes photos that he was able to take. So this is
that's cool.
So this is Stallone coming out, but it's not him coming out of them filming a scene because he's got this like white jacket on. But that caged area is where they come out in the movie, where Paulie has that emotional moment we were talking about earlier. That's all on the other side of this chain link door.
That's amazing. I was literally just pulling that up right now.
I don't know who that woman is, but this is obviously Stallone in the ring. They're in between shots. I can't see. Oh, that's
probably
that scene.
Or something.
It's that. Yeah, I literally had it pulled up. Yeah, that's crazy.
On the right side there, you can see Dolph Lundgren just in between takes. In the ring, there's on the left-hand side is just a bunch of local Vancouver people hanging out playing Russians. There's in the middle, there's the actor who plays.
Yes.
He's actually credited as Soviet leader in this movie, but he's clearly supposed to be Gorbachev, which, as Jay mentioned earlier, ironically, in the first Naked Gun movie, he plays the
opening
Gorbachev.
scene.
Yes. Yeah. It's the same actor.
And he's been in lots of other stuff too. Like he doesn't only do that, I'm sure.
I think he played Gorbachev for a third time. But yeah, so all of this. It's like that. I cannot remember the actor's name, but there's the actor who plays Charles Manson in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Also played Charles Manson in the Netflix Manhunter series.
Oh, you're kidding!
Oh,
yeah, it's the same actor playing Charles Manson at two different periods in his life.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so I just think it's so cool that this is local to me. This is our local. I've been in this building. You know, I just think it's so cool.
Like, but what you were saying before, they would normally have oxen pulls and things like that in this space.
Yeah.
Or Monster Jam or something like that. They
chose it because it's a big concrete building, right?
Looks very brutalist, the architecture.
Exactly.
You believe it's yes, okay.
That's what I always picture whenever at that time because there was such an association with the Berlin Wall that I imagine everything is just all gray and walls.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, concrete. Okay. Cheap.
I hope this works. This is about a minute long. I found a news clip from our local news, the CBC News. I'm going to share it on our Instagram as well after. But this I found from an Instagram account called Old Vancouver that I follow, and they post lots of photos and videos of Vancouver through the ages. A couple of days ago, they actually reposted this clip, but I pulled the clip, and I'm hoping that it works for you guys. So this is the local news covering Rocky IV shooting in Vancouver. So let's see if this works here. Let me know if you guys can hear this and see this. Might take a second.
Through the magic of film, these people will soon be transformed into Soviet citizens, cheering their national hero.
Can you guys hear that?
Isabel Holt, Teresa Schurler, and Mary Koitik are here to take part in a movie. They hope to meet a star, Sylvester Stallone.
We're hoping to. I am.
Yeah.
Oh, that's well, I saw him on the television. Oh, wow.
Wow is your first impression when you see what the film company did to the Agrodome. It's now a Russian arena, complete with Russian trophy cases, Russian bathroom signs, Russian Pepsi signs, and even people dressed as Russian soldiers. Isabel, Teresa, and Mary are some of the thousands of Canadians who are supposed to be Russian spectators. But first, they take clapping lessons, whistling lessons, and flag-waving lessons. This is the set of yet another Rocky movie, Rocky IV.
What happens is, the Russian is probably the strongest athlete ever biochemically produced, and proceeds to beat Apollo Creed to death.
What happens after that, of course, is Rocky has to avenge Apollo Creed. That brings him to this Russian arena, and up against Drago, the Russian. Enter several thousand extras, and they're not being paid. The film company is giving various charities $3 a day for each extra they recruit. The extras get a free lunch, a chance at some prizes, and the chance to be in a movie. What happens in the end? Well, you'll have to buy a ticket. But
most likely will probably be the last Rocky, I know.
Oh, good luck with that.
You know what's funny is that he ends up spoiling the movie in there.
Yes.
This news report spoiled the death of Apollo.
Yes, exactly.
So what in the BC DeLorean is going on? Can we go back in time and prevent that from happening? Jeez.
I absolutely love that clip. I love them talking to those three older women. They're like, they just want to see Sylvester Stallone. I think it's so funny. But yeah, so next time you watch Rocky IV, you can think all of those people in the background are all Canadian.
That's pretty cool.
Wow, that is so cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to see the clip of when Drago's coming out? Would that be the right time for that, or are we not there yet? Because it's in the dome also.
The clip.
Well, I was going to try to play the clip so you could maybe hear the audio that I was talking about when Drago comes out and see if it sounds familiar to you.
Oh, play a little game. See what you're saying. It's
not important.
The setup. Yeah, no, go ahead. We'll do the final fight. So you want to play the clip next to your microphone? I'll listen.
Yes, I'll try.
I'm listening intently.
Now the entrance of the Russian national champion, Ivan Drago, a man with an entire country in his corner.
You hear it?
Ivan Drago,
is it the high-pitched noise like the time machine?
Maybe you guys don't hear. I hear the THX sound.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, I hear it.
And I mean, like, I hear like every tone of the THX sound.
Oh.
The audience is now.
I'll pop it in and I'll see what I think, because I don't really hear it, but
this was not a fair representation of what it sounds like in here.
Exactly.
We need to go to the theater and watch the director's cut. I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Let's all get it. Let's get a print up and running and projected.
Yes, but check it out. When Drago enters, see if that sounds familiar to you. I'm sure they're all the Russian horns. You know, I'm sure it's very explainable, but it sounds to me just like the THX tone.
Okay. I'll check it out. I'll watch.
I know Rocky it's no living in America
for a third time. Rocky IV.
How many would you pay to be there?
I can't wait to get to the rating on this movie because it sounds like we all enjoyed it quite a bit.
Oh yeah. All right. So I Must Break You. Probably
Classic.
One of the most famous lines in Rocky,
Classic.
The franchise. I absolutely.
Does he say "I must break you" or "I will break you"? I must break you.
I must
break you.
I must break you.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite moment in the fight is when he first cuts Drago. Right, we go a couple rounds. Drago absolutely eviscerates. I mean, it's established earlier in the movie, just the pure PSI punching power that Drago has. I wrote it down.
1850.
Yes, they make a point in
What
saying
is that
the average
equivalent to?
boxer has 700 PSI punching power, and the first time they show it is 1850, and it goes up from there during the training montage. It hits like over 2000 PSI.
What the hell?
So
the guy said he averaged 1850.
Yes, exactly.
Averaged 1850.
Yes. Yeah, 1850, no warm up.
Wait, so the average puncher's PSI is what?
700, they say.
Yeah, 800.
So he's supposed to be, it's like two fists that are going at you at one time, I guess.
Simultaneously, exactly. And like that's to show
length,
you like how crazy it is that Rocky's getting punched in the face by that guy, right? And that's why he kills Drago. Or that's why he kills Creed.
Kills Apollo.
Apollo, yeah.
Is the power that he has, right?
He basically gave Apollo like a soft dislocation, is what it looked like.
Yeah.
He knocked his block off.
Yeah.
The body was twitching on the ground and everything, you know.
I know, it's brutal.
It was brutal because
there is a moment in the final fight where tensions are raised because Drago keeps punching after the bell.
Yeah.
But then that leads to, I believe it's the next round or the next couple, like it's right after that. That's when Rocky is able to actually make contact and make Drago bleed. And I love when Duke, who we didn't talk about.
Oh, what a great character throughout this entire series.
I wrote the actor. We got Tony Burton. Tony Burton plays Duke, who actually is a real boxer, I believe. He has the great line, "He's not a machine, he's a man," right? And it's such a great moment for Rocky, just realizing it's like Predator, right? If it bleeds, we can kill it.
We can kill it. A really cool lore fact of that is that his nephew owns the gym that Creed goes to in the very first movie, in the first Creed movie.
Yes.
So that's how they're still making that connection.
Yeah, they're connecting the lineage of even the Duke character because Duke trained Apollo, and then I thought it was his son. Is it his nephew in the Creed movies?
I thought it was it might be the nephew or son, but either way, but he's a trainer too.
Yes, exactly. And so then Creed goes to him and ends up getting trained by him. So they're connecting that lineage throughout the Creed movies as well. And in Creed 2, Ivan Drago comes back because young Creed, Michael B. Jordan, fights Ivan Drago's son, Victor Drago, in Creed 2. That's what the whole movie is. And it's actually a really fascinating story because it's all about how much of a failure Russia made Drago feel like after losing the match to Rocky in Russia. They lost
is Dolph
everything.
Lundgren actually in it?
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren's in Creed 2. He reprises.
Oh my
his
God!
There's also another surprise.
You just broke my world open.
Too.
I didn't know we come back to this, so I have to watch forward.
Yeah.
They're all connected.
They are.
I guess I just didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that we come back to this.
The only thing I'll say about the Creed movies is they feel a little bit long. They're all over 2 hours, and especially coming off, we're talking about how crazy fast Rocky 4 is. I feel the length of the Creed movie, but they are a modern, big budget movie, so they are, they're right. All movies are 2 hours long now. It's like an anomaly if a movie is 90 minutes now. Everything is over 2 hours, so it makes total sense why those movies are that long. But they are good movies, I will say. Rocky and Drago go 15 rounds, actually 16 rounds, I think, until the knockout, because he asks him, "What round is it?" And he says, 15, one more round. And I'm like, holy smoke, 16 rounds.
It's crazy.
I also like the saying. I think Drago ends up saying in Russian, saying that it's like he's made of iron or something like that.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Talking about Rocky, yeah.
he says
Yeah.
he's
Like
not human.
yeah,
Because
he's
he's not
given it
human,
up for
right?
Rocky, showing how tough
Yeah.
he is. I
Yeah.
One of my favorite things that the Rocky movies kind of exposed about boxing for me is it made me realize that if a boxer is so, strong and is so used to like knocking out their opponent in, the third or fourth round or even like, second round or something, like that's what they're famous for. It actually is such a tactic to be able to last 15 rounds because
Yes.
even though they're so strong and can punch so hard, they don't have the longevity, the stamina to go 15 rounds because they're not used to that, because they're so used to knocking out their opponent in round 4. 15 rounds is like unknowable for them, whereas Rocky,
That was a Mike Tyson thing.
oh really? Okay, like because he could go that he had the stamina, is what you're saying?
No, it was the opposite. He was used to knocking everybody. He was exactly what you're talking about. Like he was so
I
powerful,
see.
and he would just knock everybody and fucking just end it.
Yeah.
But if
To the point
somebody
where like
could-
some fights weren't even entertaining. It was like there was one that
Yes.
ended in the first round, like halfway through the first round, and nobody could
Because
believe
he's
it.
so strong. Well, and that's Rocky's ultimate, power that he has is he doesn't give up. He's
Right.
always back for another round, and that's why ultimately these super strong fighters, they can't beat him because he doesn't give up, and you can't
Scrappy.
knock him out. Yeah.
Yep.
Um.
I like Duke at the end with the no pain, because he was, it was just all bets are off. This is life or death. We're doing
Yeah.
this.
I mean, pain is temporary is a thing that is brought up in some of the Rocky movies, and they use it a lot, right?
Zemeckis too, since we're on the subject. Pain is
Rocky
temporary,
wins.
film is forever.
Oh yeah, that's right. Maybe that's why that quote hit me so hard. Rocky wins by knockout, knocks out Drago, gives his change speech, which apparently was improvised. That's what I read online.
Did you guys love that even the Russians were cheering for Rocky at the end? They were cheering Rocky,
Yes.
Rocky before the speech.
Which is another thing that he cuts out of the director's cut.
What the fuck?
He cuts out Gorbachev clapping for Rocky. Now, Stallone politically is aligned with people in the modern age that is, distasteful. And I'm like, is that a way of like him trying not to offend certain global powers in a way? It feels like a weird moment to cut out because I don't think the moment's bad. I think Rocky is talking about change. We can all change. And I think the Soviet leader, as he's credited, is just commending the good boxing match that he just saw, even though his country's fighter lost. So it's just another weird thing that it's like, why did you cut that out? Is it a political thing? Is that why you cut it out?
It is a little odd because
2021?
it is a period piece essentially now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Agreed.
why would you have to
Did he
change
cut
that?
this?
That's just a little odd.
Yeah. Did he cut the whole Rocky, I could change, you could change, we can all change? Did they cut that too?
No, the only thing
Or
he
that
cut out of
exists,
that,
just the...
he cut out the Merry Christmas kid.
Right. My son at
cut that
home,
out. Yeah.
who should be sleeping.
And then I wrote leaders applaud Rocky, America wins. Freeze frame.
Yep.
So
And that's literally like the cover shot of the movie
Yes,
poster itself. Which
exactly.
Is like
Yeah. Like even
that's
on here.
literally the end of the movie. That's
Yep.
that cover shot.
Yeah, that's that freeze frame. They just have taken out because he's got he's holding the American flag behind him.
Yeah.
It's a great finale fight. I think the fight itself is like pretty intense, very feels very real. Actually, Sylvester Stallone was hospitalized during that final fight because Dolph Lundgren punched him in the chest, which caused his heart to bounce off of his breastbone and caused his heart to swell. So he had to leave Vancouver, get flown back down to Los Angeles, and he was in hospital for 8 days, being monitored while his heart was swollen because of a real Dolph Lundgren punch.
That's crazy.
Grief. You know, in real life, Dolph Lundgren's got to be a foot or more taller than Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone I walked by he's 6'5"?
I believe he's 6'5", and I looked up Stallone was 5'8".
Yeah, I wouldn't put him past 5'6" in real life.
Yeah, the internet 5'8".
He was a small little guy, and I swear he had boots on too. You know, like Costanza, you know.
Yeah.
The Timberlands.
Wow. Anything else you guys want to say about the finale or the film in general? I
got a lot of things we didn't cover. The Lambos, I loved it. There was a Jalpa and a Countach, black and red, loved it. At one point, Adrian shows up in a Datsun Z turbo car, which I thought was cool because
that's when the press is outside after he said that he was going to fight. Yeah. I liked her. I liked the color of her car. It was like a deep like maroon.
Maroon, yeah.
Yeah, burgundy. I like the color of that car.
And I guarantee you that the interior was the same color with the carpet and everything with that burgundy and the leather. I guarantee it. So 80s. At one point when we get to one of the fights, Warner Wolf is one of the commentators. They announce him by name. Do you remember that? Doesn't ring a bell with you?
I mean,
it's okay.
The only commentator I've recognized in the franchise was later in the movies. There's the "Let's get ready to rumble" guy.
Oh, Michael Buffer.
Yeah, he shows up in some of the Rocky movies, and I just know "Let's get ready to rumble." But
the only reason I'm bringing this up,
guy, at all. I know.
No, I'm not either. So he must have been a local sports commentator then. But in the New York area, Warner Wolf was a guy, and he's the one who coined the "Let's go to the videotape." Okay. He was that guy. If you've ever heard that phrase before. No, but only reason I'm bringing this up is in the car category is because my dad bought his Jeep Cherokee. We had a Jeep Cherokee Limited growing up, and he bought it from a local car dealer where Warner Wolf traded it in. So we had Warner Wolf's Jeep Grand Cherokee.
That's funny.
Yeah, stupid, I know. But he was a big deal, and the "Let's go to a videotape" thing was like in the 80s for instant replay. It was always a big deal. Do you guys think that Rocky was, before the Apollo fight, Rocky and Apollo had that scene where he's like, "Oh, you know, if it was me, I'd put it off a couple months. Yeah, just saying." You know?
Oh yeah, in the changing room.
Right before he goes out there for that devastating, murderous bout, do you think Rocky was right to do that? Because I feel like he also kind of planted the seed of doubt of like, man, even my best friend, compatriot, supporter over here doesn't think I can do it.
That's a good point. I think that probably wasn't the right thing to say.
At that moment, you support your friend, right? You're like, "You've got this. We're gonna do it. We got it."
And if anybody knows, Rocky knows, like they're literally about to do the fight. There is no postponing it at this point, right?
Yeah.
Besides,
the audience is in their seats.
Yeah. Besides all of that logistic stuff, just the pure like what that would do to Apollo's like character. You know, that would show that he is afraid if he were to postpone the fight. Like, it actually, now that I think about it more, it's kind of like a ridiculous thing for Rocky to say in that moment. Which, you're right.
It's maybe Rocky was disconnected from the Rocky who knew that he was fighting himself and all of that, who was so intuitive.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like
Rocky
that
killed
planted the seed of doubt.
That's
what I'm saying!
Rocky killed Apollo. He
you heard it here first, folks.
In the changing room, and he didn't throw in the towel. It's Rocky's fault. My favorite character's dead.
Yep, pretty much. I don't know. I could go on and on.
I cannot go on and on. We're already beyond 2 hours, and one of my headphones already died.
Okay, well, we're just gonna finish the box office, real quick. And then we'll get our ratings.
If you want to get his rating, I feel bad too. I'm sorry there, Carlos.
Well,
no worries.
I can
No,
get
let's go through the box office. It's fine.
Yeah. So, Rocky IV is released November 27th, 1985. It opens up number 1, and it is continually number 1 for 6 weeks.
Do you know what movies were going up against it at that time?
Yes, right here. So here is the top 5 movies November 27th, 1985. Number 1 was Rocky. Number 2, also new this week, is Santa Claus the movie, which we've covered on the show. Number
Dudley
3,
Moore.
yes, Dudley Moore, and Burgess Meredith is in Santa Claus
what's really
the movie.
funny is a funny story is that as a kid, everybody was like excited because it was like a rainy day, so we would have to watch a movie for rainy day.
Yeah,
like, oh yeah,
for
let's
school.
watch the Santa Claus. I'm like, all right, cool. And they bring in Santa Claus the movie instead of the Santa Claus.
Not
with Tim
the Santa
Allen,
Claus.
Everybody
Yeah.
was so disappointed.
Yeah, that's a wild movie. Number 3 has been in theaters for 2 weeks. Is One Magic Christmas, which we also covered on the show. Mary Steenburgen. Very dark movie. Number 4.
Yeah.
Number 4, King Solomon's Mines, which I've never seen. And number 5 has been in theaters for 5 weeks and will go on to be the number 1 grossing movie of 1985 is Back to the Future.
Of course.
So Rocky IV played for 15 weeks in the theater. Had a budget of $28 million was Rocky IV. Went on to make $300 million worldwide.
Damn.
That is $127 million domestically, $172 million internationally.
How much did it make in Russia?
Yeah, that breakdown would be funny. Just for fun, I have all of the breakdown of all the box offices for all of Rocky. Rocky 1 was made for $1 million, ended up making $225 million. They're all successful. The least successful Rocky is Rocky 5 because it cost $42 million and only made $119 million, which is still an uber success in the grand scheme of things. But the entire Rocky franchise, and I'm including Creeds 1, 2, and 3, has made total $1.9 billion worldwide.
Amazing.
Which is incredible when you think of this is the story of a guy who was a struggling actor trying to get work, realized the best way for me to do it is to write my own script.
Struggling actor.
Oh,
that was my fault. Sorry.
Okay. He's a struggling actor and wrote his own script. Basically, if people don't know, Rocky, Sylvester Stallone fought to be the lead actor in it. They wanted to put somebody else in it or just buy his script, but he took less money because he wanted to be and play Rocky. He wanted to be the actor in it. So, I mean, it's just incredible where this franchise has gone. Siskel and Ebert, obviously, they covered Rocky IV. It's a big movie of 1985. Oddly enough, Gene Siskel loved this movie, and Roger Ebert hated this movie. They argue on the episode, kind of like I mean they argue a lot, but they really argue on this one. So Siskel, he said he loved it and he got caught up in the movie. He said Drago's a great villain. Ebert was just so distracted by the predictability of the movie. He thought it was like the bottom of the barrel. He thought it was formulaic. And he didn't like that Drago was silent. He says, why does his wife talk for him? And Siskel says, well, he punched and she talked, right? Like they're very split. If you know, people can find the episode on YouTube. But yeah, I find it interesting that Siskel was like, he was so into Rocky IV. Rocky IV would go on to be the number 3 top grossing film of 1985. But what's crazy about that is number 1 is Back to the Future, as I mentioned. Made $210 million in 1985. Number 2 is Rambo: First Blood Part 2 with $150 million, and Rocky 4 is number 3 with $127 million. So
cool.
That is a killer year for Sylvester Stallone to have the number 2 and number 3 top grossing films of 1985. That's a big year for the man. I think that's I did find out there's a movie coming out in November 2026 called I Play Rocky, and it's going to be a dramatization of getting the first Rocky made. It's directed by Peter Farrelly of the Farrelly brothers.
Yeah, like the offer was to Godfather.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, like The Offer. Yeah, the about the making of the movie. A movie about the making of the movie.
Oh, so it's like a dramatization. It's not an actual documentary.
No, it's not a documentary. There's been like videos they're shooting it right now. So there's videos that are coming out of like, the actor playing a young Sylvester Stallone. He's got the gray jumpsuit on, and they've turned Philadelphia into like the 70s. Okay, so the last thing before we give our ratings is, Carlos, do you know about the app Letterboxd? Have you ever heard of Letterboxd?
Yes.
Okay, I love Letterboxd. One of the things you can do on Letterboxd, as people of the show know, is you can rate and review movies. So what I like to do is I like to go through Letterboxd and I like to pull some of the reviews for the film we're covering. So here are some Letterboxd users' reviews of Rocky 4. Joseph says, "There's a montage of previous montages. This movie rules. 5 stars." True says, "The most 80s thing about this movie is not the hilarious Cold War era depiction of Russia, but Polly's robot butler. 3 stars."
There you go.
Right on.
Parker says, "This is the most shameless, melodramatic piece of one-dimensional propaganda ever made. It's also dope. 3.5 stars." Brian says, "I will forever be impressed that a 90-minute movie was able to fit in 3 montages and a full-length performance of Living in America by James Brown. 4.5 stars." And
it's totally true. These are all accurate, too.
The Tumboy says, "I don't know if it's the best Rocky movie, but in my mind, it's the Rocky movie. 3.5 stars."
Well said.
So we rate these movies out of 5 stars. That's because that's what Letterboxd does. Jay, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I'm happy to go first, Brandon. Thanks for the opportunity. 4 stars for me. I enjoyed the hell out of this. I said it was totally enjoyable. I said, just like Ted Lasso, tons of heart.
4 stars.
Yep. I feel like it knew what it was doing and it nailed it.
Yeah. That's fair.
You know what I mean? To do what it did in 90 minutes, love it. Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that you sound surprised, Brandon.
Okay, Carlos, what's your star rating on Rocky 4?
I'm gonna give it a 4 as well.
Okay.
This was actually my first Rocky movie as a kid, and it really cemented who he was as a person. So when you reflect on when I watched the other movies prior to that, where you kind of see how far he's come, I just feel that it hits a lot better in that case, because there's so much history, there's so much lore that leads up to that movie, and having him lose Apollo, even though it's kind of a big old propaganda piece, it still tells a good story of, is avenging the right move? What's the thing? But it's like what he says is like, we all can change, kind of a deal.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think it has a stellar soundtrack. I believe it has the best training montage in all of the Rocky movies.
Yeah.
And I just think that I feel like it's a lot more inspirational. in the sense that of like I want to be Rocky kind of inspirational as opposed to probably like more of the as opposed to like the first one, even though that's more of like I feel that was more of like I wish that I had the guts to be like Rocky, whereas part 4 is I want to be Rocky. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
it does.
So,
no, that's great.
The only thing
he seemed
we
more
keep
of like
talking
a
about
hero to me, like an action hero in a boxer form.
It does feel
so
like
that's
agree with
it's
that
a 4
too.
for me. It's 4 stars for me.
I agree with everything there. The only thing, the propaganda, we keep talking about propaganda. I feel like the propaganda is sort of equal both ways. I feel like it's more pulling the curtain back on what propaganda is versus actually doing it. Because they show the U.S. side, then it's all ridiculous, and then they show the Russian side, and then they kind of the idea and the arc of it is that like, can't we all just get along? Why are we fighting?
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe I'm missing it, but it almost feels like it's not as it feels like propaganda when it actually is sort of not, or it's equal.
I agree with you, and I think it's propaganda in the sense of just because it was made at the time when there was real tensions between Russia and America, right? I think it will always have that label of a propaganda type film. But I agree with you, Jay. I do think because you're right. The loudness, the ridiculousness of Apollo Creed's entrance with James Brown and the bull and the America hat compared to the cold concrete structure of the big poster with the 2 fireworks. Like, it is a comment on either side, America and Russia. But I just don't think it will ever escape the propaganda side of it.
No, you're right. You're right.
The time that it was made.
And then the idea that it's a capitalistic endeavor, it's a movie to make money, and it's based on, of course. Okay, sure.
He didn't take any money for the fight, okay? He didn't take any money. He just left his kid on Christmas.
And took his mom away too.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. He's alone.
And his uncle. The robot's got the kid.
The robot. He's got the robot. And anti SICO.
What's your star rating there, Brandon?
All right. I am 3 stars and a heart for Rocky 4. Now, I will say in defense, not a single movie in the Rocky franchise went above 3 stars for me. And I think that is because that's my top for a boxing sports movie. But
that is wild.
I will say
He's drawn a line in the sand, Carlos. He won't step over it.
Hopefully you guys still hear me okay and understand me okay. Both of my ears they're gone now. But hopefully I still sound and I sound okay.
Yep, you sound good.
I feel like he's here under duress at this point. Can we let this poor man go?
No. It's just I didn't. Well, we'll keep on going now. Let's go through it.
Buddy, some of these have gone almost 4 hours. You're getting
it's
out
unbelievable.
Of here.
I can't probably do 4 hours, but that's crazy.
We're wrapping up.
We're talking longer than the length of the movie, longer than the director's cut and Rocky 4 together.
That's the staple of this show, Carlos.
It's a dissection podcast. Dissecting.
I will say, I don't know if I fully stand behind it. I haven't changed it, and I did give the director's cut 4 stars and a heart.
What the fuck?
Wow, what the helly?
But
I don't understand you at all.
But it's the robot. I like the serious aspects of Rocky.
I think.
Oh, you really don't like the robot.
I don't.
Yeah, I think you really don't like the robot. That's crazy.
I totally thought that would be your jam.
No, I like the robot as a lark, as a laugh. But if I'm thinking about what I like about the Rocky movies, it's the story of Rocky. It's the serious aspect of it. It's the relationship.
I got to see this recut.
Is with that being said, did you give any of the Creed movies a higher rating?
No, that's what I'm saying. Is that the highest? So Creed 1 and Creed 2 got 3 stars. I gave Creed 3 2 stars.
Yeah, Creed 3 was the weakest.
Yeah, Creed. I mean, Academy Award winning actor Michael B. Jordan directs Creed 3, and it's not a bad movie. It's just a different movie. There's he tried to change up the visual style of the fighting, and I don't really like it. Some weird, I called it in my Letterboxd review, I called it Creed vision, where it's like it's like a POV shot of like a muscle twitching, and then he like goes and punches that muscle. It's a little goofy. But that's what I'm saying is that. So if I go through my ratings real quick, Rocky 1 and 2 are 3 stars. Rocky 3 was 2 stars. Rocky 4 was 3 stars. Rocky 5 was 1 star. Rocky Balboa was 1 star. Creed 3. Yeah, I hated Rocky Balboa. I thought it was
the one with Milo. That is a note here. This goofy little kid did not grow up to be Milo Vermiglia with the good-looking fucking Rocky Balboa kid. There's no way that's the same.
Yeah,
that's a rough one. Okay, all right. I didn't think it was
part of the Rocky Balboa was I think it's a product of its time. The technology, the cameras that they were using, I thought it looked like a made-for-TV movie. It like looked really cheap, even though it's not a cheap movie.
I'm gonna have to watch
the whole storyline of him hanging out with that girl, the little girl from the first movie, was really weird to me.
Okay.
He like that little girl in the first movie, he sends home and like, don't hang out with those losers or whatever, and then she flip him off or something. Anyway, they bring her
she grows
back.
up to be older, right?
Yeah, well, everybody grows up to be older, Carlos.
No, I mean like I just remember. Okay, guys, we're gonna have to wrap this up. I'm on low power mode now.
I told you.
No, you can go anytime
brother.
you want.
I was over 80. This is crazy.
I'm telling you, man. No, we're really done.
No, I gotta remember to find my webcam next time. That way, the proper.
Exactly.
And
then we'll do a 4-hour episode with the
Nostalgic
Latino. You know, our longest episode is 3 hours and 46 minutes or something.
Yeah, let's not get close to breaking that record, gentlemen.
But the guests can leave whenever they want, and then we can always wrap this up. So you don't have to stay till the end.
My point is that a 3-star rating on my chart is high regard for the movie, and I gave it the heart. So
yeah.
Well, anything else we have to say about Rocky? Other than that, I think we did it. We should.
The best Rocky ever.
Brandon, there was a bike in this. Did you spot the bike? Are you going to recreate the bike?
I was trying to guess the bike. I'm going to do some more research.
Monarch.
Yes, I did. The handlebars are the same handlebars, or sorry, not handlebars. The handlebar grips. The blue grips are the same ones that are on Mouth's bike from Goonies.
Oh, Mouth's bike. I thought it was Mikey's bike. Okay, yeah.
No, Mouth has the same handlebar grips.
Got it. Awesome. But it said a Monarch, whatever that is.
Jay, do you want to set up our guest for next week? I'll pull the movie.
Oh, yeah. Excited. So next week, our guest is Mike Chisholm, host of the Letterman podcast. He's a longtime friend of mine, and he has been a producer and helped us quite a bit with Late Night Playset over here on the talk show. But more than that, Brandon, he is a neighbor of yours. He is up there in British Columbia.
I can't wait to bond with him about being Canadian and from British Columbia. Kelowna. Next week, we will be doing the Terry Gilliam classic, Brazil.
Yes.
Holy moly, Brazil.
Yeah, we're going to do Brazil.
Carlos, any thoughts on that?
It's very artsy, very long, isn't it? I remember watching it once.
140
and I didn't understand it.
Brandon and I have never been able to neither one of us have been able to make it through this movie. Neither one of us.
I've made it through. No. I've watched this movie before.
Oh, you have? But you can't grip.
I want to like this movie so bad. It just does. There's something about it. It's Terry Gilliam. I love Monty Python.
Me too.
But Terry Gilliam movies, for some reason, they don't grab me. But I want to like this movie. Robert De Niro. I love the set, the design. We'll get all into it next week when we talk Brazil.
Can't wait. With Mike Chisholm.
Before we leave, there's a couple of fun facts. Just because Bill Conti was working on Karate Kid. Did you know that Peter Cetera had originally wrote "Glory of Love" for Rocky IV?
I read that. Yeah.
That's crazy, and it ended up becoming the love song for Karate Kid Part 2.
For Karate Kid, yeah.
That kind of blows my mind still.
I mean, yeah, the Karate Kid is kind of like Rocky for kids in a way, right? Like it's an underdog story.
I didn't think about that.
Training to then defeat the big bad,
and
right?
then the mentor.
It's Rocky for kids.
Right. What do you know?
Carlos, thank you so much for doing the show. I really, really appreciate it. It has been great to get to know you. I've only seen you on the internet, and I've really enjoyed hanging out with you the few times that we have.
Yes, hopefully I see you guys in person again, or even for the first time. But yeah, just I'm really glad that we networked, we connected, we said hello. Yeah. We're able to talk in a different space that isn't just related to Back to the Future, and I'm just really glad to be able to know a little bit more about you guys, about how your train of thought is, and and how you geek out over certain things. So thank you so much for having me. I apologize if I sounded like, oh man, I need to go kind of a deal, but it's just I personally, I've never been on a podcast that's over 2 hours, but I should have known better. But next time I'll have the webcam up, and invite me back for when you cover an Arnold movie. Did you already did you cover Total Recall?
That's not 85. But we did cover.
Oh, it has to be 85.
Yeah, we're doing 85 for this season. All the movies are 1985, but we did cover Commando already. That was an 85 Arnold movie, and I think that's his only movie for this year. But we definitely will have you back. Who knows? It could be even for another 85 movie as things shake out. But you will definitely be back. We loved having you, Carlos.
Oh man, there's so many. Oh, Police Academy 2.
Yes. I think...
Dude, Just One of the Guys is one of my favorite movies ever of all time.
Just One of the Guys? I've never seen that.
It's the one with... it's the girl. She ends up posing as a boy in a high school.
Oh, I love that movie. She cuts the hair all short and everything.
Yeah. And then the very final... she goes... At the very end.
It's like Yentl, but from the 80s.
Oh, wow. I missed this. This is not on our list. I've missed this one in 85.
Dude, it's such a good movie.
And I don't even know what that actress went on to do. Like I don't even know
and
where
the
she
bully
went.
in that movie is played by William Zabka.
That's right.
Billy
Zabka
who is from Karate Kid.
Yep. And Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yes.
And Python.
Yes. Oh man, yeah, bring me back.
Cobra Kai for the low-hanging fruit.
There you go.
Okay, I'm adding Just One of the Guys to our list. I missed that one.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
That's a fun one. That's really fun.
Okay, when we get to Just One of the Guys, you're coming back, Carlos.
All right, cool.
Well,
so Carlos, follow.
I was gonna say, Carlos, where can people find you on the internet?
They can find me on the Nostalgic Latino. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I do 90s, 2000s nostalgia. But obviously, I'm an 80s baby, so I did grow up on watching a few of these movies, in my time. And thankfully, through the power of VHS and movie rentals. And if you guys like to remember about stuff from the past and say hello, come check me out.
Oh, I have to shout out my friend Danger Bean.
Danger Bean, you know him?
Yeah, he's my friend. So he was on, he did To Live and Die in LA on the show, but I became friends with Ben, is his name, Danger Bean.
How long was that episode?
I think that was almost 3 hours. But anyway,
holy shit.
He was, when we were together in October, he texted me and he was like, dude, you're hanging out with the Nostalgic Latino. I was like, yeah, he's awesome. So yeah, he, Danger
Beam is so cool. He's like a little mini cinema director, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's got some really great shorts. Go back if you go and check out our To Live and Die in LA episode. In the description is a link to his short films. You can watch them. Yeah,
that's very cool.
Awesome.
Well, thank you guys
Jay,
so
where
much.
can people find you on the internet?
Thank you, Brandon. On Instagram, it's Porsche Life 111. That seems to be sort of the main channel these days. The talk show is Late Night Playset, celebrating the best of 80s and 90s pop culture in a Emmy-winning TV setting. Good Vibes Breakfast Club, if you are into cars and here in the Los Angeles area, check that out. Brandon, the show we did last night was actually all about making Back to the Future time machines. We had Arthur Lee on, and it was really cool. We talked about the A-car restoration, and it was cool to go back in time. And then tomorrow night, if you happen to be in Puente Hills, show up at the mall. We're going to do some stuff at the mall, and I'm going to go out and see those guys and hang out with them. So
I hope you're free, Carlos.
Hey, I got invited to go to that too.
So maybe I'll see you tomorrow, Carlos.
We'll finally
there
meet.
You go. You guys can meet
when
in person.
worlds
That's
collide.
Awesome.
So there you go. So there you go. So yeah, and then of course follow A Blockbuster Year, please, because I love doing this show with Brandon, no matter how long it is. And I'm
gonna get grilled for me saying I'm never gonna mention the length of the thing ever again. Holy smokes! When I meet him tomorrow, he's gonna be like, "Hey, is this meetup too long for you?"
I know how valuable your time is. I just want to say hello real quick.
Oh man!
No, you have been a very gracious guest, Carlos. Thank you so much for
awesome.
doing it. Seriously, thank you.
Okay, awesome.
And Brandon, where do we keep up with you?
Meeting you again.
Yes, I'm going to see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, first and foremost, follow A Blockbuster Year on Facebook, Instagram. Subscribe to the channel. We do this live show every Wednesday for at least 2 hours, if not more.
You guys are asses.
Hey, you're ass sliding right into my heart, Carlos.
Oh my god!
Yeah, right on. Me too.
That sounds rad to me.
If you're into movie cars, you can follow me, BC DeLorean, on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, all of that, and follow.
A lot of fun projects there to follow.
Yes, cool. Yeah. Well, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching on the replay. Follow the Nostalgic Latino. And Carlos is coming back for, what was it called again? One of the boys?
Just one of the guys.
Just one of the guys. Thank you for being here. And
the chat has stuck with us all night long, too. There's a bunch of people still watching live. So thanks, everybody, for hanging with us.
Thank you, everybody, for being here live.
Thank you, everybody in chat. Thank you for hanging out.
By split decision, it is a draw. Jay and Brandon, we'll fight again, Carlos.
Not for nothing. I feel like it's Jay and Carlos against Brandon on this one.
Okay,
I feel like
that's
he and I are very aligned, and you're the odd man out.
That's true. Jay has switched to the other corner, and he's with Carlos now, and now it's Jay and Carlos v. Brandon.
I have one last question, and it's a math question for you. You said your ceiling is 3 stars for boxing movies, but then you gave the remake of Part 4 4 stars.
Well, 4 stars and a heart.
But I do think that was more of in the moment. I was so in this boxing world.
Okay. This guy's biased as hell.
Okay.
You made me question the credibility of this podcast now.
I have been thinking about it, and I was like, shit, is 4 stars too much? Like, was I just like, what movie was it where I said like I was having a good day when I watched it? I can't remember what movie it was. But maybe that's what it was. I was just having a good day. I was really feeling the director's cut. I gave the documentary about the making of the director's cut 2 stars, so I'm all over the place with this one. But
thanks for watching, everybody. We love you at home.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Good night.